All right. Hello, hello, everyone who may be coming in from, hello, everyone who may be coming in from the VODs. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, of course. Stream is 4 minutes late because my camera was giving me a little bit of trouble today, but we're good. If you guys read the title, you guys will know what we're doing today. We are going to be reacting to the new combat changes that are coming out for Multiverses. Nubia cool as fuck, I think. I have not seen it. I've been saving all my reactions for stream today, so we'll definitely be getting over it. The only thing that I know is that Jazz sent me a very, very angry text message saying, dude, there's literally no reason to play Jack anymore. Nubia is just everything Jack was, but better. So, we'll see how it goes. I do think, like, everything I've heard says that she seems cool, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure she's going to be like another one of those characters that people think are really cool and they will play, like Banana Guard. Banana Guard has a lot of players, even though, like, you know, I don't really think anyone asked for his inclusion. And while I don't think anyone asked for Nubia's inclusion, I think there is a pretty good amount of the community that is happy with, you know, black female representation in the game. I remember, yeah, same for Adam as well. Hello everyone. Glad to see everyone's here so quickly. I was gonna wait a second and talk about, like, my expectations, but it looks like everyone's, you know, the usuals are getting in pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, as far as my personal understanding and, like, take on Nubia's inclusion, I mean, I'm definitely not against it at all, because I don't know if you guys know, but if you go into Smash, I don't think there's a single, like, as far as for representation goes, there's not a single person of color in Smash outside of skins. The closest thing that you could argue is Ganondorf, and even that is like, that's like on the, it's kind of like on the border, right? So it's really nice to actually get some, like, good representation of that. I don't really think, like I said, I don't think anyone's really asking for, but I'm thinking people are happy that there is, like, a representation, right? So that's nice. I think it's important to represent, like, pretty much everyone from, like, all sorts of communities, of course. I know a lot of people were wanting Static Shock, so I still hope he gets in. He seems very, very cool. That'd be a really interesting idea. I think that we have a lot of characters that have the shock debuff in general. Like, Garnet has the shock debuff that she can put on people. Black Adam has it on, like, some of his moves. So I'm curious to know what they would do if they just went all in on the shock mechanic, right? Steve, but he's not much better than Ganon. Yeah, Ganon's, like, on the, Steve is definitely on, like, the borderline, right? Yeah, some people will say he's white, some people will say he's not. You know, Steve is the one that's, like, pretty highly debated. Mario Brothers Italian minority erasure. Yeah. But, you know, it's nice to have that representation. I'm sure she'll be really fun to play too. If what they've done with Black Adam, Banana Guard, and Nubia, or yeah, Black Adam, Banana Guard, and who else was not asked for? I guess Marvin is anything to go by. They put a lot of love into all the, I mean, honestly, every character. They put a lot of love in, like, their design in every character that they put out. Oddly enough, Jack feels the least inspired, but we'll see if they address that at some point. Alright. He's very simplistic, very by the books. Batman also has a shock move. Yeah, I forget that they added that. That is a new addition. Alright. We'll give it 2 more minutes just to make sure, you know, I think a 10-minute wiggle room is good enough to give people time to get in here. But without spoiling anything, what do you guys think of the new combat changes. I haven't seen anyone talk about it on Twitter, thankfully, because I'll be able to say my reaction for it today. But they talked it up a lot, so I'm really hoping that they follow through and actually deliver. Because Ajax was stirring the pot. But I have not seen anyone talk about it. Now, granted, it could be because Rivals 2 is free today, and I'll probably be playing that too, right? Just because it's only going to be free for a limited time. We are going to get a little bit of... We are going to get some, like, multiverses, like, rank grind in, though. Just because, you know, we got to get the grind, right? Very hard to say anything not a spoiler. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess what I was asking is, like, good, bad, up to expectations, lackluster, yes, no? Haven't heard anything about the changes, but I was playing yesterday. I already know this felt noticeably faster. That's interesting, because I mean the changes haven't went through yet, but you're probably talking about the changes that they did going into season 3 and like the mid-season of season 2. They've had a lot of changes that have been slowly adding up to make the game feel faster and faster. The dodge cancel buff was like a huge one. The platform movement buff was a huge one. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff that they've been really doing. There wasn't anywhere near as much of a deep dive as last time. All right, hopefully we'll be able to do the deep dive ourselves, because I'm excited to find out more. All right, I'm hoping that the little bits and pieces I can speculate on at the very least. All right, but with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our reaction. All right, we can skip through this. We don't need to watch a 10-minute countdown. Oh, they're in a Discord call this time. Okay.
Hello and welcome everybody to Into the Verse episode 3.5. We got season 3.5 right around the corner. It is a phenomenal time to talk about so much fun, unique, and cool things we got coming, but also a special trailer that everybody hasn't seen just yet. And joining me on that, of course, is my fellow community manager, Nakat. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing. I'm super excited about season 3.5 and super happy to be here to bring it in with you, of course, Ajax, where we let the players know exactly what is coming to Multiverses shortly.
Of course, and we've talked about it a lot leading up to this. Everybody already knows a lot of the cool things we got coming. You have, of course, the world premiere trailer for Nubia that's right around the corner. An in-depth guide that's going to be coming in right from the cat himself. The interview.
I know I'm pausing already, and they haven't shown literally anything, and I'm sorry, but this does remind me that I watched the entire like 3-hour Void Talks about Multiverses podcast that he did with Bam, and they brought up some good points. And one of the best points was that Multiverses doesn't really give us any time to like sit in the hype, you know? Like, I think that there is something hype about like, oh, when's it coming out? It drops tomorrow, right? I think there is something cool about that. But at the same time, I feel like that's like, you kind of have to do that every now and again. You know what I mean? I feel like Multiverses could really learn a thing or two by dropping their character trailers like a week in advance and giving people time to speculate, giving people time to be like, oh, I wonder if this is this, right? They kind of did that with the facts about Nubia thing, but I wish it was a little bit more. Like, I wish it was a full-on character trailer. And I'm if I had to like speculate as to why, I want to say that it's like legitimately the pace that they're coming out with these characters. Their trailers are not like finished until like the moment they're ready to go, right? Yeah, I feel like if it came out anytime within the last 5 days or so, people would have been a lot more excited and like a lot more speculatory about like, oh, this, and this.
Interview with our design director, Daniel Kraft, on what goes into all the individual details of how this character came about. Of course, we'll be taking your questions at the end too, so make sure that you are dropping your questions in Discord, Twitch chat, and Twitter and all that, so we can continue to grab those. A lot of unique, fun events, and a lot of combat changes that we have to talk about. But before we do that,
I'm
with
the
that
most
here, know what
curious
time it
about
is.
those.
It's the world premiere of Nubia's gameplay.
All right,
Take a look.
Let's get into it.
let's see it. I have not seen this yet. Hmm. Ooh, I like this.
Might of the gods. I am Nubia.
How is this fair? Get up.
This is my competition.
Holy shit. I'll
Your knee socks.
I'll wait until.
Let's not underestimate
Oh my
me.
god. What? Holy. Okay.
Ray gun to Amazon.
Hilarious.
Hmm.
Ghost in an Amazon. I'd watch that show.
Oh my god.
Ready, sister? Let's do this.
Dude. What?
All, folks. I'm immortal. I can literally.
Okay. A lot to chew on there. She seems really cool, but honestly, maybe a little much, if I'm being honest. Like, I was kind of expecting her to be like a slower, like maybe a little bit longer range, but no, she's like running in and beating your shit in, dude. Mm.
Gods.
Mm-mm.
I am Nubia.
How is this fair? Get up.
Wait till you see the perks. Oh my god.
Competition.
Hold on. All right, we're gonna go into this. So this is an interesting like clash. I don't know if they're gonna talk about that or if this was just a cinematic thing where they set it up to trade. Blah blah blah. Wow. Okay.
Hold on to your knee socks.
Dude.
Let's not underestimate me.
She has so many moves that like move her.
Send ray gun to Amazon.
Hilarious.
Her moves do look good. They do look like they come out a little slow. But it looks like when she like it looks like she's a character that when she gets going, she gets going.
Terrifies me.
But her moves, they got a lot of anticipation on them.
I'd watch that show.
Maybe not up air. Up air looks like it has like a fast startup, but like it takes a while for it to end. So I imagine even if her moves don't technically have a lot of whiff lag, her like she spends so much time in the move that you can effectively like move out of the way and whip punish her. So I think she's gonna be like high risk, high reward,
Ready, sister?
where a lot of her moves come out kind of slow and her a lot of her moves come out kind of slow and have a lot of active frames on them. But at the same time, if you like dodge through it,
Let's do.
you probably cook her. But that's crazy. I imagine it's supposed to be like Wonder Woman armor, but instead of armoring, it just does like a attack, right? And it like kills too. That's pretty wild. That's insane actually. That's gonna be pretty wild in twos. Like imagine Beetlejuice's like perk that allows him to like follow up on his teammates, but it like works consistently. That's gonna be crazy.
All, folks.
Yeah. All right.
That is all, folks.
Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. She ignores Marvin Bubble at one point, and I can't tell if it's real. It's probably just that her spear is actually disjointed, so it probably will ignore like projectiles and stuff. I'm wondering how light she is. Her visual design kind of suggests completely different weights. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sometimes she looks heavy, and sometimes she seems super light, just in the way that she's like moving around. She seems close to Wonder Woman in that regard. Longer animation on certain moves, higher commitment. Yeah.
I can literally do this all day.
I'm feeling some real imposter syndrome.
Don't feel bad about it. I am very good.
Okay.
There it is. The world
Interesting.
premiere of Nubia's gameplay trailer. She will be available tomorrow through bundle, Gleamium, and character tickets and fighter currency on the 18th. And of course, we can't.
This is so stupid. I know everyone's saying it, but everyone hates it. But at least they said it before she was to drop. Now, one day before she was to drop is still not great, but I'm glad they're at least taking a step to. I'm glad they're at least taking an extra step to not like drop it on us like the day of, right? At least we know technically in advance that Nubia will not be available tomorrow.
Queen without talking a little bit about the
Without premium stuff.
voice that brought it to it, Nikat.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kimberly Brooks, for bringing Nubia to life. Such powerful, powerful voice acting, typical of a queen. And something to note, by the way, Ajax, is that I really do love the scene where Wonder Woman and Nubia are fighting side by side at the end. I think it is just so nice to see that dynamic and
Beetlejuice had a week of marketing saying he was viable on the 20th. Yes, that sucked. That was terrible. That was like genuinely the worst thing I think Multiverses has ever done. And then when he came out and they're like, he's actually, actually only with Gleamium or real money. Only with fighter currency 3 days later. Like, bro.
Finally. And of course, the players actually finally getting to see not only that, but the trailer itself and what this character brings to the table.
Yeah, we talked a lot about how this character, the great description is flow state. Basically, once you get going, it's really hard to stop what she's doing. She's got a lot of stage control, great team utility as well. And
general idea.
All that, of course, we have a little special presentation that is put together every single time by Nikat himself. So let's go ahead and take a little jump over to that incredible guide that you put together.
Thank you.
All right.
This is your community manager, Nikat, and today I am here to talk to you about Nubia, the latest addition to the Multiverses roster. And so jumping straight into it, Nubia is an assassin class character with a lot of speed and a long range weapon with her spear. She is known for being aggressive, and she, in my opinion, is one of the more aggressive characters in the game, especially coupled with the range of her spear, making her a very, very formidable character and opponent. Going straight into it, Nubia's dash attack is a lunge forward with her spear.
Okay,
she has
pretty
a little
standard.
bit of startup on this move, so you will be able to react to it.
It's pretty big though. It's like really big.
On this move to make up for it, and especially at higher.
Wait, is that a new auto animation for Wonder Woman?
Nubia's very, very formidable character and opponent.
I can't tell. I think it looks the same.
Nubia's dash attack is a lunge forward with her spear.
There's the characters will go into a different animation if they're idle for long
she has
enough.
A little bit of startup on this
that
move,
might be what
so
you're
you will
thinking
be
of.
able to react to it. However, with the range on this move to make up for
yeah.
it, and especially
this dash attack seems like it hits super duper high up too. Like this is gonna be like really obnoxious to use.
Ratios, she will actually have significant knockback to knock away an opponent.
Oh, dude, especially with the armor like too fast to block, dude, that's gonna be so obnoxious.
And just the range to actually.
Holy shit, she's like moving fast.
Opponent and just the range.
Like what? She didn't like dodge cancel or anything.
Actually,
she just jumped
with this move over and over from a distance. The next move that I'd like to talk about is Nubia's forward attack on the ground.
Okay.
So forward attack is a two-part attack, right? You can get really close to the opponent and do it.
Can you choose to not?
You could try to space away from the opponent and hit with the second one intentionally, or you could try to hit with both.
Can you still do jab like forward attack into cancels?
The good thing about this move is being able to link this move into other grounded options.
Of course.
Branch into other combos in the air. She has many options and of course branch into other.
I can't tell if that's her Sarah or up air, but it looks a little wild.
In the air. She has many routes with this move, so please feel free to explore how this move is going to work and how you are going to.
She's got hero up tilt if that comparison clears. Oh, really? I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. I dare you to remake your Smash equivalence video and call her Sephiroth. Oh, dude. I know a lot of people have been asking me to remake the Smash equivalents one now that there's like new characters and quite a bit of new characters. But, you know, the idea of the video wasn't necessarily to you know, boil it down to like, oh, this character is just this character, blah 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 blah. The idea was Multiverse is coming back out. If you guys, you know, haven't played it before and you want something that feels a little bit more familiar starting out, you guys should probably try out this character, right? Because Multiverse characters are so insanely different. Like, even after like making that video, I immediately like was second guessing a lot of the stuff I made. Also, the bugs thing, that was low key a little clickbait. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The bugs as Cloud thing. Now it wasn't as clickbait whenever I was making it because I was like thinking like, oh my god, it's like you know, all the comparisons I made, I did genuinely believe in that moment. But like now after playing like Multiverse for a while, especially after all the speed changes, I could definitely acknowledge that Bugs is not anything like Cloud. he's a lot more setup oriented and like projectile oriented and set play, which is not something Cloud really does, right? But it made for a lot of clicks. A lot of people clicked on that video, so very funny. But you know, it wasn't intentional clickbait, but you know. The more and more I played like the full release, I was like, oh yeah, this is I'm just wrong. And obviously a lot of people are like, oh, Iron Giant is Rob, and I had quite a few people have some really strange takes, especially whenever I posted it. I like chopped it up and posted it all on like YouTube Shorts and TikTok. I had some interesting takes from TikTok guys. That was interesting. I've had some people say that Finn was young Link. I had people say, oh god, there was something that was like a really common response, and I thought was just crazy. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's continue.
Use it to punish the opponent.
You thought you had me.
The next move I'd like to talk about is Nubia's grounded down attack. This move pops up the opponent, and if you charge this move,
It looks
by
like it
holding
spikes,
down the
actually.
button, thunder erupts from the ground that will actually pop the
Kinda
opponent
neat.
up, and you will be able to combo out of that as well. So use this move to the best of your ability to try
I don't know if you're landing that like ever.
to set up situations where
Maybe. Oh my god, she is like moving. Are you guys seeing this?
use this move to the best of your ability to try to set up situations where you
What? That's a lot of extra air mobility. She's not dodge canceling or anything. I feel like she's got a lot of movement. I can see Finn is kind of though. I mean, I see they have a disjoint and they both do a spinny move. That's about it. But Yink is a lot more like projectile oriented and like he's very set play and like he tries to wall you out and then try to approach with trying to wall you out and like into his like more oppressive buttons, right? But Finn, I don't think he's that at all. I think he's definitely like, I'm gonna run at you and mash. I'm telling you, man, I might be crazy, but I think they upped the speed. It probably, because I don't think Nubia herself is supposed to be that fast, probably, right?
an opponent, or you'll be able to.
Nubia is the new character that has, oh yeah, I got a lot of Iron Giant as Rob, as well. You know, they do the spinny move and they can fly, and they're robots. I'm like, okay, I see. But yeah, Nubia is the new character that they're adding tomorrow if you want to pay for it, and then 3 days from now if you want to just use fighter currency.
To get good damage, because Nubia's combo game is very, very strong. The next move.
Also, did you see the Rivals 2 Next Fest free demo? Yes, we will be playing that today.
I'd like to talk about is Nubia's neutral attack. Nubia's neutral attack is a lunge forward with the spear that has a lot of range. And
yeah,
is
that
very horizontal based.
Oh, it's
So,
an armor break
if
too.
you use this move, just know that it's quite the commitment to using it, but there has to be, due to just how far this move is able to reach and hit an opponent, and of course at higher damage ratios it is able to ring them out. So Keep in mind also that you can charge this move to not only make it come out at a later time, but to give it even more power.
That's gonna be obnoxious to
and
fight.
The last grounded normal attack that we want to talk
Better Jack neutral attack? Yeah, it is. It armor breaks and it kills.
About is Nubia's up attack, which swipes the opponent upward.
That up attack looks a little silly.
Create a lot of situations where you're able to either ring out an opponent or
wow, it like kills it. It kills Wonder Woman at 100. Really?
A lot of situations where you're able to either ring out an opponent or you're able to combo and apply more vertical pressure. This move, as shown before, is able to combo out of ground side attack. So be sure to use its ability as well as take advantage of its range. Because if an opponent is trying to land on you, this is a good move to knock them up and away.
No ill will to Nubia fans, but why put such an obscure character since she won't really bring that many new people in? You know, ordinarily a lot of people's speculation is to like promote like a new movie, and I don't know if there's a new movie. There might not be, but in general, it is nice to have like representation. I was talking about it earlier, but it is nice to have like, you know, black woman in multiverses, of course. I was talking about it with Smash earlier, but you've kind of noticed that there's not really someone to there's not really a person of color in Smash Brothers, so it's kind of hard for a lot of communities to kind of like feel like they're being accurately represented. So I feel like this is a nice way to add a little bit more representation. DC so I think that's like a big appeal, of course. DC has been trying to push Nubia as a mainstay recently. Really? Okay. But yeah. Yeah, I do think people really want Static Shock. I do think people really want Static Shock. So I'm hoping that Static Shock gets put into the game at some point.
Now, getting into some of Nubia's grounded special attacks. Nubia extends her spear as far as possible, grabbing the opponent from a long distance. You can do the same thing.
Ooh, you can do it in the air?
It will actually pull you toward the opponent and allowing you to actually hit.
Does Garnet count? Garnet's pretty close. I guess yeah.
It is a very
Garnet's a interesting case, but I feel like she could probably relate, you know, people could probably like relate with her a little bit at least.
Very committal option, so you want to make sure that if you
Garnet's good representation.
It's mostly off of a read if your opponent likes to dodge a lot, or of course if your opponent wants to air dodge specifically a lot, you will be able to catch them off stage and ring them out on the side.
Dang, that's a little wild.
A lot of pressure to be done with this move, and you are also able to angle it as well. The next special attack I'd like to talk about is Nubia's side special. So, if you use grounded side special towards the opponent, you will actually leap toward them and hit them, and this will allow you to also pressure off stage, whether you're in the air or of course on the ground using the move. This move is a gap closer, and it's just very good to be able to
interesting. It does seem a little slow. It does seem a little slow, but
let's get into Nubia's perks. Nubia has two very strong perks that I'd like to share with you all.
Very strong,
Like to talk about is Staff Mastery. When you hit an opponent with the tip of Nubia's spear, you will actually hear a sound indicator that shows that you hit them with the tip of the spear.
She has a tipper.
Which increases the knockback of Nubia's moves and also applies shock. Also, when equipped with this perk, because there is a tipper mechanic now in place, combos and follow-ups will now be just ever so slightly different than the non-tipper natural counterpart without the perk.
Interesting. That's cool. I like that. That's a good perk.
New combo routes. The final perk of Nubia's that I'd like to talk about is Cold Sight. The way Cold Sight works is when you tipper an opponent 3 times.
Oh, another wait. Okay, they're both tipper mechanics. So the only time that you won't have a tipper mechanic is when you choose the 5%, the well-rounded perk. That's interesting.
The way Cold Sight works is when you tipper an opponent 3 times, you will actually stun them in place.
What?
As you see, I am
What?
now follow up, and you have quite a bit of time to follow up with your opponent being stuck in place. Keep in mind, if you try to apply a stun immediately after already stunning the opponent, you will not be able to get a stun, and you will have to wait some.
What? This tippered?
Stunning the opponent, you will not be able to get
those are tippering?
stun, and you will have to wait some time before that indicator pops up above.
Okay. I'm calling it now. This is gonna be a Powerpuff Girls effect. This is gonna be a Powerpuff Girls effect. People are gonna pick it day one. People are gonna be like, "Oh, look at this Zero to Death I found, with this really stupid perk," and then player first game is gonna nerf it into the ground.
The opponent, allowing you to stun them in place. Another thing to note is that even if you do stun them again, let's say.
I'm not really a fan of too many new stun mechanics. I don't know what all they've changed so far. This is my first reaction to all of it, to the entire like preview. So we'll be getting into it, but I do hope that they introduce something to balance this out, because this is a lot to take in.
Say I get the stun right here. If I do nothing and the opponent just flies away, they will retain the same amount of, I want to say, knockback, depending on the move that they got hit with. So they don't just.
Oh, so what's gonna happen is someone's gonna hit you with the cold sight, like with the kill move, and then they're just gonna bag on you and do this shaggy cry until you get like launched into the blast zone.
The ground, like right in front of you, they actually retain that knockback that they got from the last move, and they will be sent flying. So whether you want to do this in style,
I just think it's so crazy that the Nair is doing it. Like, the Nair is doing it, and it does not look like he's trying to tipper it at all. So it's like,
or you want to do this to ring out an opponent in a cool way, or a way that is more optimal, it is up to you as the Nubia player. And that's going to be it for the Into the Verse Nubia game.
Hey, Cool Blob, for what it's worth, Beetlejuice was also only available with money for the first little bit, and he sucked. You probably felt like you got scammed if you buy him early.
Gameplay breakdown. If you want to see the rest of Nubia's moves and how they work, please check us out on the official Multiverses YouTube channel, and be sure to like that video and subscribe to the channel. The support means a ton. This is your community manager, Nakat, over at Player First Games, and I greatly appreciate being able to do this guide for you. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
You guys were not lying.
Studio,
those perks are
woo. And thank you so much, Nakat, for such an awesome breakdown of such an aggressive character. This character is wild. What do you think about the gameplay of this character?
Like, why would you play Jack over her? Okay, I do see your point. I think Jack has like, it looks at this character and is like, damn, I really wish I had all of this stuff. Tippers, more range, the ability to like run people down with just a brain dead, I'm just gonna run at you move. She has all of that. But I do think she's gonna have more commitment, and I'd like to think that maybe Jack will have less. So, like, he'll probably be a little bit safer to just throw out, like, buttons and hitboxes and wall people out. Whereas, like, if you dodge through a Nubia thing, you're probably cooked. She even got a better command grab. Yeah.
I know you and I have been playing Nubia a lot. And
yeah.
I know you also like her as well.
We've been kind of teasing the fact that like how like much fun she is, and this is basically the character we've been playing the most lately. Everything she does just kind of flows into the next thing. There's always, like, you always feel like you're involved in the fight when you have 2v2s or 1v1s. It feels really good to make comebacks with this character, because it's not a lot of long, like, super
Jack should have been the tipper character. Yeah, I feel that.
long combos. It's a lot of read-based plays, very different dynamic from a lot of the disjointed fighters we have so far. So she feels super different. But like,
comparing Cold Sight to like Rick Perks or Jake Perks makes it feel like power creep, I gotta say. With that, it says I'm otherwise very positive. Yeah, It looks like they are, with the last like couple character releases, it looks like they are trying to make more interesting perks that have like more of a drastic mechanic or drastic implication on gameplay than I guess older characters. But at the same time, I hope what that means isn't necessarily that these older characters' perks aren't going to get looked at. I hope that they will try to, like, because a big issue with the game right now is a lot of character signature perks are just not worth taking. Especially when they have well-rounded available. Like Jason, like, as a Jason main, I've heard other Jason mains swear on not Resurrectionist. I've heard them swear on Monstrous Sidestep. But even that's like a very, very niche part of the Jason player community. And I'm not the only character that has that issue. A lot of characters don't take their signature perks. So, we really do hope I really do hope that they'll go back and look at the other perks, because the issue of so many characters just taking well-rounded just because is, that's a big issue right now.
Special in its own way, and I won't lie, getting the down air reads is just like a different level of satisfying.
So good. So good. Like, honestly, when I first saw her design from our designers, I was like, this what y'all cooking? Okay. But yeah, I totally agree with that. With the down air, especially, like when you get that read and you're able to just convert out of that as well, it just feels so satisfying. She feels incredible to literally just press buttons with.
Yeah, I mean, like you were just alluding to, there's a lot of details that go into these things, and our designers are just incredible at what they do, and a lot of people have already seen this gentleman before. You were able to get a little interview together with our design director Daniel Kraft.
Let's jump right into that. Yeah.
Everyone, this is your community manager Nakat over at Player First Games, and today I have a special guest with me. We got Daniel in the building, our lead designer. How you feeling, Daniel?
All right, be real with me, chat. Are we watching Daniel Kraft talk about Nubia? Are we gonna talk about like the design choices and everything? If you guys are interested, I'll watch it. If not, I'm really, really eager to get into more of the game changes. That's true, Jazz. She's losing 5% extra damage and knockback to be able to kill you instantly. It's a bit interesting, maybe not for reaction. Okay. Anyone who's like he needs to explain himself? All right. Anyone else got any like takes? If the majority consensus is to skip it, I'll skip it. If the majority of people want to know what this guy was cooking, I'll listen to him. I'd skip. Okay, that's 2 skips. Skip, 3 skip. All right, Jabberson, I'm sorry. We're probably gonna skip over it. I'm here for the new multiverses stuff. Highly recommend watching it yourself if you're interested. But I am eager to get into the rest of the multiverses changes.
The insight to how the design behind the character goes. Incredible mind behind Daniel and the rest of the designers and rest of the team. She came out awesome, but you already know what time it is. Nubia looking awesome and incredible, and we have, of course, a lot of other things to talk about too. 3.5, maybe mid-season, but it sure feels like a full season's worth of content because we have a lot of things to talk about. So, first thing first, we of course have revealed prior the Townsville version 2 map, which is the destroyed Townsville. You can see that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Powerpuff Girls were a little late to help
very
things
small
out,
map,
but we did say stages for a reason, because there are quite a few. We have gone and added a bunch of different variations to other stages, much like we just had.
I don't know if I like this.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Also, we have gone and added a majority of all of the individual modules that you
Huh.
see in the Dexter's Lab rotation map.
That's
And a big part of
Huh.
it is because we wanted to improve some casual fun, a little bit of chaos,
Okay.
bring some things to free for all, and also just because we have, we have the ability to kind of mess around with additional things, so why not?
Okay.
Including PvE happens to have some additional things. Oh, we also have Trophy's Edge number 3, which merges the two platforms together. So you have a mobile platform that is going to go across the center now. And like I was just alluding to, PvE has a bunch of unique individual maps too, which we
Interesting. Okay. It's a lot to take in. I'll see if this is all of them.
Why not mess with those two? So we have the space map here, which is another triple place platform map. We have the beach map, which has 4 different platforms, which are going to go across the entire stage. And of course, we also have a bunch of individual chaotic maps that will be coming along with that too, much like the Hammer Time stage. This is not the only ones. I think there's at least like 4 more. So instead of just one map, we decided to add, I think, like 12.
A bunch. Which
something
one is
like
your
that.
favorite?
My personal favorite is probably the space stage. I
I'm
like
a
like
big
that.
fan of space as well.
I like the triple layout. It's really cool for combo and
Okay,
something
Let's
let's go over each one of
we have,
these.
So just to impose, we have much like
Let's go over each one of these. Okay. This will be an interesting stage. It looks very, very small, like insanely small. So I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know if this would be legal because it seems a little too small. It's like obviously in 2s. This is like the 1s variation, I'd imagine, because ain't no way in hell you're playing 2s on this. But yeah, it'll at least be interesting to play. I think it'll be a little too small for a lot of people's liking. Here, I feel like this one has an interesting idea, but I feel like it's gonna suffer from the same problems that Warner Brothers Tower faced, where it's really, really hard to get down on that stage just because the platforms cover so much of the stage. So it's just gonna be a nightmare trying to get down. So whoever's like on the bottom is just gonna be winning at all times. Let's see. This stage, like, all right, now we're getting into the casual silly ones. And as far as like how this would be for like a casual silly crowd, I think it works fine. This one by itself. I don't know how they're going to make I don't know if they're going to change how pipes work. Or if they're just going to keep it how it is to where you can only enter the pipes if you get knocked back. But, I'm sure this could make for some, like, funny party game, like, brewskis with the bros hijinks. This one doesn't seem that bad either. This one definitely has potential, although, it's not something I'd ever want to play on competitively, because there's so many, like, degenerate little things here that you could mention. Like, for example, like, if you're in Nubia here, and the Powerpuff Girls have the lead, you are fucked. You are actually fucked, because you have to make these 2 large jumps, and even if you like wanted to like get to a position where you like could reset the stage to not have to jump over these huge gaps, you'd have to get like hit this button, because this button won't work. You can't hit this button right here. You have to get all the way over here and do that. And then the Powerpuff Girls are just going to be camping you out the entire time and, like, stuff, like, hitting you for trying to jump up there, like, draining your resources. It is just going to be a really lame, super campy map that is not going to be conducive for competitive play. But if you're playing, like, free-for-all with a bunch of friends, I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's a good time.
To kind of mess around with additional things, so why not? Including PvE happens to have.
Now this is interesting. Do I like this? I think I do. Because right now, we don't really have a stage with this one platform that moves back and forth, especially not one this large, right? I know before the platform changes in the beginning of season 3, or maybe it was like mid-season 2, the platforms were actually kind of hard to move on Trophy's Edge because they were just so small. So it's kind of nice to see a larger platform,
some additional
even if it is just a single one.
things. Oh, we
So-
also have Trophy's Edge number 3, which merges the 2 platforms together.
That'll be
So
interesting.
you have a mobile platform that is going to go across the center now. And like I was just alluding to, PvE has a bunch of unique.
Okay, I don't know what he means by this. Does he mean like we're taking maps from PvE, or is this only in PvE? Because if this is from PvE, it all right, I'm just going to assume that this is a stage that we can play on. It's not just in PvE. How do I feel about this layout? What does this layout provide? So whenever it comes to these side platforms right here, a big thing that you need to keep in mind is that you're almost never going to be really using these platforms in a defensive manner, right? Like, they're really high up, but people can still like shark you with like up airs and stuff like that. You're almost always at a disadvantage if you're at this platform and someone's like on stage. However, if you're in an advantageous position, for example, you're edge guarding someone, sitting here, you get a lot of options. You can cover high recoveries very, very well. You can react and fall through the platform to cover low recoveries. So these are going to be like a very dynamic platform where, and also if you're like comboing someone and you start juggling them right here, this is a really good spot to land and like do like a grounded normal to like keep the pressure up and reset your resources. So these are going to be like really dynamic platforms. This one right here, I don't know how I feel about this one because, like I said, Warner Brothers had this same issue where there was a lot of really unfortunate interactions where you were trying to do a grounded combo and people would just bounce up ever so slightly and like get out of it. Or I know Tom and Jerry have a really sad interaction, or used to have a really bad interaction with the Warner Brothers platform where they would try to do dynamite and then smack it like out of a short hop like they usually do, but then the dynamite would just land up here and they wouldn't be able to smack it. But yeah.
Individual maps too, which we decided why not mess with those two. So we have the space map here, which is another triple place platform.
This one, I don't even know what to say about this one. Like it's basically the same thing as the last one that we just looked over. It still has the high platforms that you're not really going to be using for like defensive reasons or movement. You're going to be mostly using these for like juggles and edge guarding, right? But then there's this platform that's in the equation, and I got no fucking clue. Like, I mean, I imagine if you get juggled up there, like with Jason, like, I imagine Jason sits here, he does up tilt, he does up air, and then he like lands on this platform to like bait you into dodging, and then he'll like hit you with something, and then I imagine any mistake you make up here results in death. So that's gonna be an interesting stage. I think this is gonna allow for some very unfortunate circle camping, but maybe it's not that bad in twos. We'll see.
We have the beach map, which has 4 different platforms, which are gonna go across the entire stage. And of course, we also have a bunch of individual chaotic maps that will be coming along with that too, much like the Hammer Time.
You know, this will be like a funny free for all, haha, funny goof stage.
This is not the only.
Now, this will not be in ranked, right? Right?
Ones, I think
we'll
there's
see.
At least like 4 more. So instead of just one map, we decided to add, I think, like 12.
A bunch. Which one is your favorite?
My personal favorite is probably.
How do I feel about this? I think that I would prefer quality over quantity. I think that's my initial impression. Right now, I'm getting the vibe that these maps are not very well thought out. I think not only in just the design aspect, because you know they just have like the standard like PvE things pasted over them, but I think the platforms could definitely use a little bit more thought as to where they were laid out. And maybe maybe even add some interactions. Could you imagine if there was like a breakable platform? You know, that could be something, right? Or maybe a platform that moves up and down. We don't have one of those yet. You know, there's definitely stuff that they could be doing there. And I feel like we got a lot of stages, but not a lot of variety. And I think that's a big issue with the game right now. So, I don't know.
The space stage. I
I'm
like
a big
that.
fan of space as well.
I like the triple layout. It's really cool.
I don't like the precedent set by quantity over quality. I think I would prefer for them to take longer to put out stages that are higher in quality and more interesting. You know, we still have a lot of characters that don't even have their own stages. Jason doesn't have their own stage. Jack doesn't have his own stage. What other characters? Joker technically doesn't have his own stage. I mean, you can count Batcave if you want, but Beetlejuice, of course, doesn't have his own stage. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Wonder Woman doesn't. Superman doesn't. So, you know, I feel like they have a lot of interesting IPs to work with, and I would just like for them to spend a little bit more time thinking up, like, okay, why should we put these platforms here? And because when they put it in PvE, it doesn't matter, right? When they put these stages in PvE, it's like whatever. You're fighting CPUs, and the CPUs aren't gonna camp you out. They're not gonna play lame. It's just like an extra, like, I don't want to call it a platforming puzzle, but it's just like an extra layer of platforming on it, right? But when you're playing against other players, a lot of these issues that start coming up with these stages start rearing their heads. A lot of the circle camping, a lot of the, you know, uninteractive gameplay, a lot of the degenerate stuff that can start getting pulled out of people's, like, scheming bags. I don't know exactly the term I should use there, but a lot of the people are going to be more willing to pull out, like, degenerate strategies and start abusing these platform layouts if they're not thought out all the way. You can't just be like, oh, well, we've already made a stage, just put it in there, just ship it, right? Because that's not how competitive games work. You kind of have to think about it a little bit more and think about the implication. Like, all these like, you might just, at a surface level, you might think, oh, well, this is a different stage and it has different platforms, just ship it and it'll be good. But no, a lot of the stages that work for a very specific reason, and I feel like just adding a new platform layout without thinking about the implications can cause issues with the overall game, especially since there's no way to choose the stage that you play on right now. So there's a good chance that you're forced into a shitty situation. Oh, is YouTube chat paused? Here, let me see if I can fix that. I'm not too sure what's going on. Here, give me just a sec. Thank you for letting me know, because I was wondering why I wasn't getting anyone saying anything, because I thought I was spitting. Why did YouTube chat pause? Here, let me close and reopen chat real fast. Chat, please. Platforms. Count. Why did it just disconnect me? All right, hold on. All right. Try saying something now. Oops. Here. Do that. All right, we're good. All right, let me catch up on YouTube chat, because I thought I had a lot to say, and I was, like, very surprised that no one was saying anything. Okay. Let's see. see, I'll just get the general gist and mention ones that I think have good talking points. Yeah, there's a lot of Dexter's Labs. Yeah, they for real do not want to make a Jack map. Let's see. Burnout is gonna be even crazier, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. In your opinion, do devs have any right to claim the legality of stages? I mean, I guess technically, if they're the ones running the tournaments and running ranked, we kind of just have to go along with it. But it's kind of annoying if it's not really thought out. Like, imagine if some fucking executive at Nintendo started to come out and host tournaments online for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then proceeded to make rule sets like items on, Smash meter on, and that was the tournament. People probably would not like that very much, and people would probably not consider it as very competitive. Yes, Nintendo, I see you. All right, but yeah, it's just obnoxious. I hope they give some method of choosing what stage you want to play on, because if they're adding a lot of shitty maps to the pool, there's going to be a substantially larger chance that we just run into a shit stage. That's just the long and the short of it. And it's just gonna kind of taint the experience, right? I think I don't know. I think that they should just focus on quality instead of quantity. I think it's interesting to see these platform layouts, but keep it to PvE. People are gonna abuse the shit out of it. Yeah, scheming bag. Yeah, I'm glad you like that. All right. Welcome back, guys. See that one video about how people had to play sample El Maze at an official Brawl tournament? Yes, I love Brawl Alternative. It's very funny. But yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Oh, thanks for the follow, Oog. I really appreciate it. But yeah, right now, that's my impression so far of the map portion. Let's go ahead and get back into it, though. I'm glad I got YouTube chat back up to speed, though.
Yes!
Combos. And Nexus Lab 3 is
All right.
also really cool.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to pick them all, and part of it, again, we were talking about just being able to kind of have some fun with what we have with our PvE tools as well. Who knows? Maybe one day, with the way that the maps lay out, if you guys like them or if you like the way that they look, maybe we end up looking around for some custom ideas out there one day. Who knows? But
they're considering adding custom maps. That'd be cool. I'd like that. No problem. Hope the stream's going well. It's going pretty good. It's nice to see you. I've been meaning to get in contact with you more because I want to do more interviews with some of the top players of certain characters. And it's nice that you are at least somewhere near my region. I was definitely going to talk to Christopher about LeBron, and I definitely want to talk to you about Agent Smith for sure. Has he got the Zoom call background blur? What is he hiding?
we have the ability to add a lot more fun unique maps going on in the future as well. So we hope you enjoy all of these. But that's only the beginning. That's only the beginning. So we have a lot of new maps, of course. Before we get into some of the other stuff, we got to talk about the upcoming events, skins, and the new Rift, which includes the Hunter on the Trail.
Did you get your partnership with Multiverses yet? No. They refuse to acknowledge me. No one at PFG has said anything to me. I've tried reaching out to them. I've tried applying, but I've also tried reaching out to like Nakat and Ajax for not even secret info or anything like that. I just wanted to ask them what do you think of Wonder Woman or what do you think of Batman? Because whenever I was making my official Multiverses tier list video, I wanted to talk to all the top players, and that included Ajax and Nakat. And unfortunately, I only had 3 players not agree to help me out with the Multiverses the beta tier list video, and they were 2 of them. And I at least get their reasoning why they just don't want to say anything because they work for the game, NDAs and all that stuff. But I'm free whenever. You know where to find me. Okay, for sure. I definitely need to ask you about Agent Smith stuff because I get way too cooked about Agent Smith with Agent Smith. It's so weird. It's literally your whole channel. Yeah. One day I'll get the sponsorship, and we'll see. We'll see. I would really like to be recognized as a multiverses content creator. I put in a lot of work for it. That's for sure. All right.
Which is going to be starting tomorrow. When we go live with 3.5, you will be hunting down the Hypergalactic crew, which a couple of you
Thank
have
you,
seen
Oog.
us
I
teasing
appreciate
so
it.
far. Once again, Stripe is. I don't know what it is, but Stripe just always looks so amazing.
Dude, he is shining, dog. He is glowing right now.
Yeah, it's actually like almost not fair. Like I I can't get over it. They look so good. And there's also very.
All right, let's not get too
unique
crazy.
lightsabers
They're
that are
purple
in
and
there, too,
sparkly.
involving maybe a guardian of some.
I definitely won't say they look
Yeah,
bad
check out.
because they definitely have put out worse skins.
Yeah.
Element of
But-
surprise. Element of surprise.
Little surprise to go check out later. And of course, not just that. We also have the Dia de los Muertos event that will be starting tomorrow as well. Every one
Oh,
of the
this is
skins
cool. This
has,
is cool.
Flaming green hair. And then, of course, there is a unique skin for Rain Dog that just looks amazing. I actually can't remember the exact name off the top of my head, and I know if I try
want
to
his hat.
pronounce it.
These skins are cool. I like these.
What was that?
I thought I want the
Yeah,
hat.
these are awesome.
I do want that hat actually. Again, these all look incredible. I personally am a big fan of the Jason one. That's probably my favorite.
Oh, Jason one.
And then there's also, of course, Twitch drops usually occur right around this time. There's a little bit different.
I hope
this
Smith
time
gets
around
a
because it
Diaz
happens
de
to be a
Muertos
certain time
one.
of the year.
Yeah, I hope
So
so
ahead
too.
and
I mean,
get everybody-
honestly, I hope I would wish every character gets one of these. These all look so cool.
what we got coming up for that.
Absolutely. So from October 26th to 10 a.m. PST through October 28th through 10 a.m. PST, we will be doing a Twitch Drops event in the form of a 48-hour Scooby-Doo movie marathon. Y'all know
What?
how good the Scooby-Doo movies
What? I mean, sure. All right, we watching Scooby Doo on. Yeah, I guess that's true. Are we watching Scooby Doo on stream, or do you think Warner Brothers would? You think Warner Brothers would copyright strike me for watching their stream on stream?
are. Come on, be real. What's your favorite one, chat? Let us
I mean, I'm cool.
The
I'm cool
rewards
with
you'll
that.
be able to grab are, but it has 3 bathrooms profile.
I like
icons,
Scooby Doo.
100 Gleamium, and a Mystery Ink Shaggy skin. You'll be getting this exactly. You'll be able to see these really soon. I'll just put it that way.
Hey,
it's not too
I could
often
always
you
use
get,
more
a
excuses
nice
to
little
watch
unique skin
Scooby-Doo.
over in there too. So make sure you check that out. Of course, Scooptober is always a good time, and being Scooptober, it's right around Halloween and all that. And what would be Halloween season without a Halloween event? Because we have the Halloween event that'll be coming up as well. which has
Oh,
some of
that's
my
what
favorite
these
skins that I've
were.
been wanting to talk
Oh,
about
that's
for a while. We
cute.
finally get to talk
I
about
like
this is
I like the
fantastic moment.
Tom render here a lot.
Look at Tom and Jerry.
Marvin the banana,
Just
that's
look at
so
'em.
good.
How
Joker
Superman,
Jerry.
but all of these are so
Just
good.
the dynamic is so good. It's so good because
Even the Shaggy one, even though it's like not like it's not like a huge model swap or anything. It's just like they just painted over his shirt. Really, it's still very cool. It's still very cool.
like just I need it. I need it. Of course, you got.
Oh yeah, the
Scooby-Doo,
Shadow of
you
Jason.
see
You're right.
Marvin the Martian, Banana Guard, Bugs Bunny as Superman.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm technically allowed to talk about that
And
yet.
the Tom
Cool
and Jerry
blob.
skin there.
But-
Hold on.
I do see the Jason silhouette, so I
Right?
can say I know that there's a Jason skin for it, probably.
Those
who's-
candles. Who is
Yo, what if? Jazz, you're so right. What if whenever he rages out and pops his shirt off, he has a little Steven gem? They show it later. Okay, whew. I can't. Look. I'm still trying to get like the partnership or whatever it's called. So I have to be like really strict about what I can and can't say as far as leaks, that have popped up. But it's, it's obviously really hard to avoid leaks whenever it comes to multiverses. Yeah, Shake just got his toes out, but yes, the Finn Jason, very funny. I feel like I'll definitely be rocking that from time to time. I mean, I'll probably have all the Jason skins, but
we'll have to find out a different time. Now, we have not just the events, of course. Now it's time to start talking about things that people have been looking forward to and some unique, new, fun stuff coming along the way.
okay.
So first things first. A lot of people have been regularly reaching out, wondering if there could be a queue that's more based on being able to kind of relax, chill, have a good time, maybe log in, get a couple missions done, just do some quick stuff with their friends. Well, that is on its way because we're going to be introducing the casual queue tomorrow, which is going to start off as players versus bots. So you get to go in there and just go ahead and play some missions, get some stuff done, practice against hard mode bots with your teammate, and just kind of relax and chill. We have heard a lot of what people have been asking for.
Farming,
close attention. So yes,
farming quest is going to be a little bit easier, so that's nice.
But that's not the only thing that it will have. In the coming patches, there will be additional modes that will be joining in on that too, and that's something you'll be able to see all the time. So please go ahead and enjoy Casual Queue, and thank you for everybody who's constantly, asking for feedback.
You're so right. Jack's crossover skin could definitely be Professor Utonium.
Or bring us feedback talking about that, and just wanted a place to be able to log in, long day at work, or just wanted to relax and have a good time. So we're very, very happy to have the Casual Queue back.
I've seen silly queue requests constantly. Yeah. I mean, silly queue. It's one of the things that's still on the checklist for things that existed in beta multiverses that doesn't exist now. I'm not sure what's taking them so long. Who knows? Maybe they're working on like experimenting with like gym PvP. That could be interesting. But I don't know. I hope to see Silly Q come back, of course.
I don't know who has been talking a lot about chaos lately.
Yeah, it does sound good for grinding, and I'm guessing it'll be nice to like introduce like, just being blunt, kids into the game, right? You can like team with like a kid. I guess you could do that in PvE too, though. But and someone who's like doesn't really want to fight. Maybe like you have a friend that's like nervous to try PvP, and they're like, I don't want to fight all the cracked MMR people on your account. You can just boot up and play bots until they get like comfortable with the game. So that could be something.
Like a lot of chaotic things. I have no clue who that is. But we are pretty big fan of chaotic, wild, and perhaps wacky things.
Wacky. I think that's the word you're looking for.
We'd like to introduce to you Wacky Weekends, which are going to be beginning actually.
Yo,
you get to hop in tomorrow and try. Slay the Giant. Amongst many, look, there are.
That's cool.
Slay the Giant. Of course,
this is true. I like this.
That people have been asking for volleyball.
All right.
Volleyball. There is. What else we got? Hold on, wait. I forgot. I spread these out a little bit. Let's go ahead and take it in. We have Splat, which is personally one of my surprise favorites. Every time you get knocked back against something, you get stuck. It is hilarious and it's just chaos. There is
okay.
A bunch of PvP.
Hey, I like this. This is good. This is basically Silly Q.
Spotlight.
Harley skin finally. Be careful with your expectations. They've been teasing that since literally release of the game. So, like, they keep showing it off over and over again. So, be careful. But yes, this goes hard. This goes hard. I'm a big fan of this. This will be fun.
Filter one. There's a Lazarus Pit. There's a bunch of other different.
Oh, they got they got Mario Kart in here.
Be joining. You have the 4-player PvP kart racing. They'll be able to do. And and also this one is as chaotic as well. Also, does somebody call a doctor? I think somebody called the doctor. There's a lot of fun, different mutators and different things that will be joining Wacky Weekends, which again, you'll be able to try it out tomorrow when things start going on. What was going on with Finn's up special there? It's a little weird.
Wait, what?
When things start going on, things that will be joining Wacky Weekends, which again, you'll be able to try it out.
Whoa. It's just a single hit now? New animation?
Different mutators and different things that will be joining Wacky Weekends, which again you'll be able to try
Huh. Interesting.
tomorrow when things start going back.
Hmm.
What was going on with Finn's Bob special there? Huh, that's a little weird.
I can't hear them all too well. Okay, I'll turn them up a little bit.
So, and this is going to be all the time. Again, Friday through Sunday, Wacky Weekends is here to stay.
I like Wacky Weekends.
A lot, a lot of people have been asking for different ways to not just, have to go into queue and play their matches. Like, what else can, I want to, like, I did my PvE already. I've already got my missions done. What else can I do? And Wacky Weekends is one of the things we're super excited about to bring to the table.
Finn's ear to death isn't real. It can't hurt you.
I know one of the first questions.
I don't know, man. They'll find a way.
Can we do this?
I believe.
On our own as well. Coming in the near future, you will also be able to do custom game mutators as well. So there will be a menu that will be added to the custom games where you'll be able to do your own individual mutators to be able to do these modes as well.
Okay.
So it's not live for 3.5 just yet. You'll be able to enjoy those all at Wacky Weekends, but those are on the way in the near future.
That seems neat.
And,
it's very cool. This is very good. This is an awesome addition for season 3.5.
Or any cool ideas you have yourself, please let us know so we can maybe add that to Wacky Weekends or potentially more.
Okay. Ajax, the cat, I don't think you're watching right now, but if for whatever reason you are, this doesn't have anything to do with Wacky Weekends or mutators. But while we're talking about adding stuff from PvE to like PvP or whatever, please, please, please add a target test leaderboard of some kind and have it like time-based. You have no idea what kind of a community that would spark up if you guys just had a leaderboard, like a time attack leaderboard for it, just for how fast you could clear each one of the, and you could even have like an any percent leaderboard for like, oh well, I hit all the targets, but I didn't get all the star chips, and then you could have 100% leaderboard where it's like, okay, I not only did I hit all the targets, I also got all the star chips. There's so much you could do there. And I promise you that there would be a sub-community that would just come out of the woodworks, just out of nowhere, and just grind the shit out of that. We've seen it with target tests in the Smash games. I promise you it would be the same for this. Especially if you put incentives on it, too. Could you imagine if you got, like, I don't want to say a custom skin, but what if the person at the top of the leaderboard got, like, 500 Gleamium at the end, or maybe it's only 300 Gleamium, I don't know, or like perk currency or fighter currency. Like, I feel like there's an entire sub community of people that we're kind of ignoring with the PvE, and that's all because I wish there was a time attack mode for target test, and now the race to the finish game mode. I feel like that would be like, I feel like that would help out a lot. They could get garbage rank banners, but targets? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think competitive break the targets can be good. So to recap, tomorrow Nubia, well, Nubia technically tomorrow, but for people who don't want to spend money, it'll be 3 days later. Bot PvP and Wacky Weekends. Yes, I think that's it so far. Also the events and skins. So the Cosmic event, the Day of the Dead event, and the Halloween trick-or-treat event. This community could be so much more cultivated with just a few more quality of life changes. I agree. I think it's definitely going to take a little time. But I think there's a lot of potential there. I think they just have to capitalize on it. All right.
Or with the custom games in the future.
Yeah, the team has been really aware for a long time that people want to be able to play these with their friends outside of Rifts. And so it's really awesome to finally have these readily available for y'all in a queue.
I think the silly queue stuff was a pretty big casual jump.
We will have it so
yes,
that you guys
yes,
will be
I
able to
agree.
play
I think
some of
that'll
these games
help
with each
people
other.
stay a
And
little
as
bit
we
more
also said,
invested.
be sure to let us know which one of your favorites and what more you would like to see from these kind of casual modes in the future.
Yes. Now, of course, we always reach this point. This is the point where we like to go over a lot of the gameplay changes and different things we're doing.
Oh, we're finally here. This is all that stuff we've heard so far. Fuck all that. I actually don't care about anything we've heard so far. This is what I'm here for. This is why I turned on
Season
this.
3, we talked about this. We said that we were going through a combat overhaul. We're changing a lot of the way things are approached. Season 3 start was a lot about improving movement, bringing other characters up, balancing out aggression, and trying to level the playing field. Of course, we're always looking to balance characters further, and there's a lot of those changes coming in the near, to which you'll see with the patch notes too. But one of the main points of conversation people always have, of course, are the hitboxes and the hit reacts, and we're gonna break those down right now. So,
okay,
hit reacts for many. If you take a close look at when Samurai Jack is kicking the neutral attack to your left, it looks like he got hit much further away because at the very moment when you get hit, it would play the hit react animation, put you in that crumpled state, and pull you away and make it look like you didn't get hit. So what we have tuned is the hit react animation.
what?
So now it'll hold it a little longer, so you'll be able to see.
Okay. I
That hit is
I don't exactly know what this is doing. I know that priority already existed, so I'm trying to like
going to provide less confusion and be able
this. I feel like this is more confusing. I feel like this is a little bit more confusing.
to have a lot more matches where
I feel like it makes more sense whenever he looks like he's in hit
you
stun.
happen to be
Like, am I crazy here? Doesn't the before look more visually clear than the after?
someone up and you got
I don't know.
be able to see why. Now, that's not to say also that this was the only thing we had to address. Hit reacts have been done
Maybe I'm crazy.
across the entire cast, and we have started a pretty large pass and a larger pass to come in the near future on hitbox changes too.
Oh. Oh shit, is this the whole reason why Oog was here? Oh my god, that's so everyone's popping off. Everyone's seen this and they're like, thank God.
You take a look here, there was
Bands is on Twitter just popping off right now like thank fuck.
couple moves that extended a little bit too far past where the initial view of where you would think you get hit would go. So we have altered many. One you can see Agent Smith here, of course, with the neutral special, the side special as well. The dive. A lot of people have pointed that one out. You will never ever be getting hit by Agent Smith at the backside of
his
him ever
body,
again.
like
Yeah,
while he's diving.
that is out. And we've gone through about a good majority of the cast already. This does take a little bit of time, so we do have a lot more characters still to go. But a lot of the main ones that people have pointed out via clips or anything like that, we have gone and addressed.
Oh, they probably nerfed Jason. Oh, that sucks. Because I'm thinking, because Jason does have a hitbox that's like this. Like his neutral attack, his axe swing, he can like hit with his ass.
Those, so you'll see those listed. You should see also some more.
I mean, good, but I am always sad to see Jason nerfs.
Visually accurate ones, and other ones
I get
that
it.
we will get to keep you up to date. But I know this is one that people have talked about quite a bit. We're very happy to be able to bring this to you now, and
that's true.
we're looking forward to bring a lot more of it with the next season as well. So we're
It's still good because Jason normally gets hit like this a lot. Yeah, that's true.
very excited. This is one that we've been wanting to talk about.
Oh yeah, your Jack air down special so good. You're so fucked, Jazz.
And again, if you come across any that you still see across 3.5, please always let us know. We'll be sure to get those addressed in the near future.
Dude, they knew what they were doing when they were showing this one too.
Clarity is really important to us over at PFG, so we wanted to tune these for the longest time. And you know, we see the community talking about this all the time. So just know, even though if we can't say something immediately, just know that we're very aware and we're probably actively working on a solution.
Yes, which we do have a few more, of course.
Oh,
The
we're
next
not
up
done.
is dodging as a whole. Is
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to frame by frame on this one.
as a whole is something that both
I can't tell.
could be hit very in places where it seems like you shouldn't be, but also the fact that you can act almost immediately out of it. So we've added an additional 10 frames onto every single dodge that misses. So if you dodge an attack just outright, trying to run away from someone and then just kind of swing right away, you have an additional 10 frames before you could do so. This is going to help people who back up, run away from you, try to maybe throw a projectile at you or something like that. And
But this is only if you don't dodge an attack. Okay, so that should be good then, because people should be able to like more successfully dodge out of attacks. But well, I mean, it should be about the same effectiveness of dodging out of an attack so far from what we've seen. But if someone is just dodging, you should be able to whip punish them better. That's good.
give you opportunities to get in on them. If you do successfully dodge someone, though, on the ground, you will still be able to turn around and punish it because you are rewarded with the read that you just got, or you were able to successfully dodge something. You're going to be able to still act just as fast as before to be able to hit them. So this is hopefully.
So you should be able to. Okay, so yes, this change, what it's doing is they're making it so that whenever you successfully dodge something, you should be able to like punish the person you dodge the attack of the same as you would before. But if you dodge and you don't successfully dodge something, then if you dodge and then you don't successfully dodge something, you should have more in lag, so it should be easier to like call out people if you know that they're gonna dodge. Okay, that's good.
Some of the defense that was happening, a lot of the strength behind grounded jabs, and try to find more ways to improve aggression overall.
You guys notice that he's on 2 different accounts? He's on Ajax and PFG Ajax. What's going on there?
And make it easier for people to get in on someone who's constantly running away. And
they did do that cool
I was
blob.
gonna make a joke about it, but we were just talking about it. If you also notice, Uncle Shag is shirtless now.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize Uncle Shagworthy can go shirtless now.
And that's for a reason, because
that's
every
awesome.
single Shaggy skin can now use the shirt rip emote.
Oh, that's so awesome. How did I only just now realize that?
In there as well. So if you were wanting to use that for other skins, you can now use that across all of the Shaggy skins. That is going to be available tomorrow. Honestly, I'm happy to finally see that, because
yeah, me too. A big reason I always use the Shaggy base skin was because I could actually use the shirt rip emote that I paid money for. But I always had the Shagworthy skin.
People have been asking for that one for a while, so it's nice to see that one finally get in.
Yeah, be sure to send in your shirt rip compilations with your Shaggy skins.
I'm actually
side by side.
I'm a little upset I didn't have time to put together. I wanted to put together a mini montage of just every.
What happened before? Okay, so there's a few different things that would happen. The first one would be he would literally just go to his idle animation like immediately. I mean, no matter what he was doing, he would just immediately go to his idle animation, and that would be what would happen. And then, like a couple months ago, he would do the shirt rip animation, but the particle effects would just come up. He would still be in his like normal shirt, but he could like spam it over and over again. He could just make the shirt particles come off of him. But yeah. But now he can actually rip his shirt off. Very cool.
Doing the shirt rip in a row, but we'll leave that for all of you. And another point is width and fast forward, which people have been asking for quite a bit. We are progressively going to be, not just this patch, but over the next patch to come, characters who had the ability to just constantly throw out like grounded up specials over and over again. I'm thinking Batman, Wonder Woman.
This is the Wonder Woman nerf.
Shaggy, a company like that. No longer. We have added more whiff to multiple of those moves, and we're going to continue to keep track of those moves too. We have also added more whiff to characters who have the ability to constantly throw out grounded options that are pretty quick, mostly jabs. And we're going to keep an
This
eye on
is
those
already
as
an
well,
inherent
but,
Wonder Woman nerf.
A lot of combat changes have come to that. We've also brought up other characters who were falling a little bit behind the pack.
Dude, I didn't even know she could do this before. I'm gonna have to hop on and just start spamming this
All I'm
shit.
gonna say is Jason is here to play.
Jason is here to play. Okay. Okay. I see you.
And
He's here to more than play.
it's
More
it's-
than play.
I think it's that time.
Probably
it's
the
that time
perfect
for him.
month, actually.
Yeah, just a little bit. And we have also
Yeah, but I don't think Stevens puts armor on people. Wonder Woman's does.
we've paid close attention to other things as well, such as Jake's KO power, which
Dude, I just need to like run up and like stay on top of my teammate, just spam up special fast fall over and over over and over again.
come up a little bit. Finn has also received a couple combat changes to kind of go more of the aggressive approach, but not be able to go for 0 to KOs as easy without
Okay.
really removing a lot of the problem points. Batman, Tom and Jerry, and a couple others who are sitting at the top for a bit have a couple things that are coming to them as well. The main goal is leveling the playing field, and you'll see all of that in the patch notes to come. And
Okay.
in general, we're just really happy to be able to get all this to you in an upcoming patch. But there is one more thing to talk about too, which I'll toss to you in 1 second here. We've heard a lot about how everybody would like the ability to maybe try things out or give some feedback or give some testing
Really
before
important.
to see it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
starting on the 24th, on Thursdays, we are introducing what is called testing grounds. The very first thing we will be testing is shields. We are looking to get your feedback and see what you all think about some of our mechanics before we get them out there. And after that, we're also testing the idea
Interesting.
of what it
Yeah,
would be
goodbye,
like to have a
Steven.
shorter jump. And these things could go to
Oh, they're adding short hops too?
They could go to perks. They could go to quite a bit. But Nikat,
Okay, so this isn't gonna be like something you can boot up and play in ranked right now. This is gonna be like you can essentially play early access or beta to give them feedback on how this thing works before it like goes live into ranked. This is good. I actually really like this because they're able to like try out a lot of things without like worrying about quote unquote ruining multiverses, right? It creates a better environment for player feedback and dev implementation and experimentation. So this is good. I really like this.
we've talked about this one quite a bit, and really, really excited to be able to bring this together.
Yeah, so the testing ground queue is pretty much a culmination of we want the player base to be able to have a
Yeah, I guess Steven's thing is still going to be he can shield in the air.
hand in the future of this game. And the best way to do that direct
IDKY, but I kind of don't want shields. I definitely see the argument for people not wanting shields. They want it to be like a more movement-based game. Because Rivals 1, they didn't need shields. But it was like a very movement-heavy game that made it so that you could always like whip punish things with like good movement and with like and that was like movement was basically your only answer to situations. But eventually as like the movement started to die down a little bit, they wanted to introduce the shield mechanic just because it adds a little bit more depth. And I think Multiverse is in a very similar spot. I think the movement in this game definitely isn't what it used to be in the beta, and that can make it so that it's a lot harder to deal with very specific and annoying situations. Like Shaggy Kick, Samurai Jack, Side B, stuff like that. Stuff with like ever so slight variance that makes it like a little bit difficult to answer even if you know it's coming, right? Samurai Jack's side special is probably like the poster child of this, right? Where he can like vary the timing a little bit, and even though you know it's coming, you don't really have a good definitive answer to deal with it or like answer it, right? But with shields, you can add a little bit more depth to the system, right? Especially if you're gonna. I hope that they're not just adding shields. I hope that they're adding like more counterplay to shields. It isn't just like isn't just like use your armor break move, right? Because that's what it looks like right now. It looks like they're just giving people armor that they can hold. So I hope that they add grabs. I hope that they add like more of a RPS system, not just like hit them with your armor break move, right? But we'll see. Character tease after art section, by the way. Okay.
directly is for
I just don't want the game to piggyback off of Smash too much. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of people's fear, right? And that was a lot of people's fear going into Rivals 2 as well. They don't want the game to just turn into Smash. But at the same time, I do think shielding fixes a lot of the issues that Multiverses has right now. I feel like it kind of helps out a lot of Multiverses pain points at the current moment. It adds more depth in a game that like really needs it, because we can't rely on movement the same way we used to in the beta. It's just not it's not the same game anymore. Yeah, I don't think shields inherently mean your game is going to become Smash, right? I think that there's value to shields, but I understand why people are scared of it doing what it's doing. Granted, I think that okay. So those of you who are familiar with the channel and have been around for a while know that a big reason I think a lot of platform fighters fail is because they try too hard to be Smash, right? I think a lot of them try to be Smash, but they don't have the same years of experience as working on like a platform fighter that Smash does. They don't have the same polish. They don't have the same like AAA resources that Smash does. And they 100% don't have the same like lead executive designer that's like putting in like ending up in the hospital because he's like trying to make the game as good as he possibly can, even when people are telling him to take a fucking break, right? It's not healthy, right? But you know, for what it's worth, Smash has become this pillar, this like unshakable pillar of like platform fighter, like of a platform fighter monopoly that you can't really contest anymore. It's just so far above everything else in terms of polish, content, IPs, everything, really. That if you try to make a game like Smash, people might try it out, people might give it a shot, but at the end of the day, they're going to go to the thing that has more polish. They're going to they're going to go to the thing that has better IPs. They're going to go to the thing that like is just better made because it has those years and that reputation and the community around it as well. So I think in order for a platform fighter to succeed, I think they have to do something differently. A lot of people think that thing that Multiverse does differently is the fact that they don't have shields and rely a little bit more on movement to answer situations, the armor breaking mechanics, yada, 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 right? And while I think that is true, that this does make it different from Smash in gameplay, at the same time, I don't think that's the reason why I play Multiverse. I don't think it's the same reason why a lot of people play Multiverses. I think a lot of people play Multiverses because it's a twos game. It is the 2v2 platform fighter, right? No other platform fighter is balanced around 2v2s. They might have 2v2s as like yeah, you can give this a shot, have some fun with your friends, right? But it's not balanced around it. 1v1 is always the core gameplay, but Multiverses is not only balanced around it, they have character-specific mechanics that only exist in 2v2s. They have and a lot of the balance decisions are made for 2v2s. Things that are difficult to punish in 1v1s are easy to punish in 2v2s, or vice versa. Things that are easy to punish in 1v1s aren't that easy to punish in 2v2s. You know, I think that there's pros and cons of Multiverses that make it better or worse. And you could probably argue that adding shields will make it less appealing than, say, Smash, because it's starting to get a little bit more similar. But at the same time, I don't really think so. I think Multiverses will be just fine. I don't think shields are the only way to fix the game. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure they could think of other things that they could do. But I think that's a good reason for. I think that it's. I think that's a good reason why they're introducing this new like playtester mode, so they can test out these ideas and see what they can do to fix the game while maintaining the game's identity. See what the community likes. See what they don't like. It's a good change. They could fix the game by removing Wonder Woman. True. If shields were a perk, it'd be the best of both worlds. It'd be the same as Airwalker, but it's a shield. Okay, yeah, I could see that. There's definitely a lot of like, I think that they're being very cautious with the addition of shields, and like that's shown by the fact that they're not in the game yet. They're going to be in this new playtest mode. So I think I have a lot of hope going forward. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right.
For all of you to actually be a part of the process. When we want experimental features or mechanics to enter the game, you all will be some of the first to be able to test those out and give us feedback on those mechanics as well. And as Ajax just mentioned, Shield was one of the first ones that we're going to be having for you all to test. So Shield blocking, whichever you'd like to call it, it should definitely help out versus projectiles. That's for sure, because I know a lot of
Yeah.
people talk about projectile meta, but more importantly, shields are one of the more fundamental pillars in a fighting game, and so we want
I wonder how this is going to interact with parry. I'm very curious to get my hands on it and try.
to know how you guys feel about shields entering multiverses and how they feel. Remember, this is experimental, so there is a lot of room for improvement. We just
Yes.
pretty much want to throw it out there for y'all to test, and of course, again, give real time feedback. Send us your clips on Twitter. And of course, just send us feedback in general, whether you want to type it or not on Twitter too. And as Ajax said, the next one is going to be short hops, or rather, just different jumping heights. So
Yes.
let us know how y'all think about
Mhm.
what y'all think about this. This was really exciting to put together. I'm happy that we finally got to this point because a lot of work went into this, even if it is an experimental mechanic at the moment.
Yeah, and like we were saying before, very crucial key point of that. If what you have to say is what we want to hear. So when when you try it out, if you think that the first iteration isn't really kind of like up to par, we're gonna take a look at that, and we're gonna have individual feedbacks available to you. So make sure you drop them in Discord.
I'm surprised that short hops aren't already in the game. Technically they are, but the issue is that short hops and full hops are uh roughly the same height. Like you only go slightly higher than you would with a full hop than you would a short hop. There's not a lot of variance. And because of that, you can't, because short hops are so like you jump so high with short hops, it's really difficult to like put aerials out close to the ground. It takes a long time for you to like jump all the way up and then like delay your aerial slightly and then fall with your like fast fall with your aerial. It's just it makes it really, really reactable.
On Twitter. We're also going to have individual forms to be able to collect that as well. So keep an eye out for that. Again, the first one will be on October 24th, and they'll be on Thursdays. We'll alternate. We'll give you a heads up as to when we will have what we will have, or when we're alternating, or if we have to take a little bit more time to put some changes in towards the mechanic. But we are very, very excited about this one, and we hope that you are all excited about it too. And again,
It's
appreciate you
exciting.
always talking about that, always bringing it up, wanting to be able to be a part of the process. So we're happy to bring you in because again, we care about the players first, and we want to be able to get that feedback from you directly. And of course, we also care about our artists and our community and stuff a lot. This is one of our favorite points of the show. So we have our community art showcase.
All
Which
right.
actually, I didn't even get to see most of them
I
before
heard.
we went live this time. So
Oh, man.
oh, the Jason
Oh,
boss
that'd be
fight.
cool.
Although
That's
it
a
wasn't part of
cool.
Halloween
That's a cool
skins
render.
thing
I like
too.
that.
All the characters really boss.
Yo.
We have a submission from Multiverses as well.
All right. So, I need to use the bathroom real fast. So I will be right back. I apologize. I know we're getting into some good stuff here, as you can see. But yeah, I will be right back. I am so sorry. All right, we're back. We're back. Did they talk about Jake getting his text back? Sadly not. I wish. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the stream so far. I'm a big fan of Booty Shorts Jason. It's gonna be so awesome. I really hope that he gets the funny dance. That'd be so awesome.
Oh, we have
Yo.
we have a submission from Multiverses as well. We
How'd
got
that get there?
who put that there? So
I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah, I feel like
snap.
look, Prince Hot Bod, pretty excited about the look that we have with Jace. I don't know if he should be excited about this. I mean,
This is a good
hey, look,
skin. This is a good skin. I like it a lot.
Jason needed a costume. They didn't have one ready to go. Finn was there. He's a homie. He got him ready. Obviously, not fitting too well into his clothes.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little.
Yeah,
too,
Jason
a little
is
too small for
jacked.
Jason.
Yeah. Of course, the Finn Jason skin will be also joining later on in the Halloween season. This is one of our personal favorites too. So shout outs to
It's
the
a good one.
Multiverses art team for putting together this incredible work. And usually it's only the art that we have to show off, but we did have a new music emote that released not too long ago, and
The Marvin, yeah, of course.
Flugelhorn. And we asked everyone to give us a song. Well, we got someone to give us the Steven Universe theme, which was
That's cute.
I don't have his name written down. It was Rich G, I think. I'll give you your shout out later. But
What do you think the stereotype for Finn Jasons are? What do you mean by that?
big fan of this. And Marvin. They're actually it's right there. Rich RG. So thank you for doing this. Also, everyone else has been doing it. I've seen One Trick.
I like this
as
taunt
well,
a
doing
lot.
A bunch of individual songs.
I really do hope
we're
that
getting,
more characters get this.
Marvin's getting the band together, trying to see who else wants to join up. And I think we got one more submission.
Gotta get
as
some
well.
more members in there.
Stereotypes are groups of single species of microorganisms such as bacteria or viruses, which share distinctive surface structures. Did I say they have a different stereotype?
There, actually.
Oh, okay. No. You mean like what kind of Jason players would be using the Finn skin? I don't know. I usually to make that judgment, I have to like see them in action. I'll probably be rocking it for a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be my main skin, right? I'll probably swap to it if I know I'm gonna be fighting a Finn. I think that'll be really, really funny. But I'll have to see what the Finn Jasons are cooking to know.
Oh, who's this? I think we saw this before.
What are you gonna do?
Gizmo showed up.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, that's actually so cool.
Gizmo also.
Time. More
No,
band
I did a
members,
terrible
let's get
job
it.
of trying to act surprised about that. Gizmo also.
Hey, I was genuinely surprised.
Who will be you can actually get the Gizmo keyboard.
Oh, that's so awesome. I like
It's
that.
going to be going live today, which you'll be able to get access to through the unique Gizmo bundle, which has the biker skin from the previous battle pass as well. So the band is ever growing, and we got 2 down, so we need to see more of those music clips. Honestly,
Yeah, I definitely need Steven to pull out his ukulele. What musical instrument would Jason play? Hey, I remember thinking that. Okay, so one of my most requested Jason skins is like Beach Bum Jason, where he's got like a little straw hat, he's got like the floral necklace, a little Hawaiian shirt, some swim trunks on, and then instead of like a machete, he like hits with a ukulele. What if instead he could just play the little ukulele? That'd be pretty funny.
it's super.
Cowbell would be saw would be pretty funny. It's a funny game. Still, Jason pulls out a little fiddle.
I love
Yeah.
watching them.
Please grab a duo and let's see. Send us clips of y'all making music together. We want to see. We want to see that.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff Jason could use. I don't think they'll probably won't give him a musical emote, sadly. But I think the characters that will most likely get musical emotes is Jake could get a viola, Steven could get his ukulele, I mean, hell, I think Rick could play the keyboard for like Get Swifty. Let's see who else. Finn, someone said Finn could use like auto tune. Yeah, oh yeah, Finn has a flute. Yeah, that works. Joker, I don't know what he'd play. But you know, I like what they're doing. I hope more of these get added. I don't think every character is gonna get one, but I'm glad they're doing what they're doing.
Chemistry in real
Yeah.
time.
Rick could play F and
Yeah,
F
I
on
just
the
wanted,
mic.
like, I
That's
want
true. He could. He could just pull out the mic and start doing Friday Night Funkin'.
to see it get to the point where we have just a whole band
Orchestra?
in the game. We need it. We at this point we need it. We're diving so heavily into it. We thank you everybody for the great reception to that too. A lot of people been having a lot of fun
Oh yeah, Bugs does play a ton of instruments. He could do basically anything.
with it. So I'm super looking forward to what people have to show us with that. And also of
thank you
course
for all the community art. Appreciate
yes.
it.
And we pull up the list here as well. We always want to, of course, shout outs the community leaders and tournaments that go on all the time too. So,
Guys,
we got.
will they
let's
ever
see.
recognize me?
Let's go down the list here. Fattest 1v1s, number 43. It's an online event that'll be happening today, actually.
I host
so
online
make sure you go
events,
sign up
guys.
for that.
Plug
Crack
me.
Sports MVS Weekly. That'll be happening on the 16th. Crack Media Multiverses, which happens every single week. That's on the 18th for this week. LA Super Nexus. I don't know what Roman numeral that is.
That's all good.
It's in Baton Rouge. This one's offline, so you have an offline-based event. Make sure you look that one
I
up.
run
A lot of
events,
people have been
guys.
looking for more offline.
Please
events, which,
acknowledge
of
me
course,
in any
near
way,
and dear
shape,
to
or
our hearts.
form.
So make sure you go check those out. Support your locals. You got Nutrilix Games meetup in Ontario, Canada. That's on the 20th. The Has League, which is another online-based event, that will be on the 20th as well. View from the Top, offline-based.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! I got fucking jump scared. Oh,
Event in Greensboro, North Carolina.
what? Okay. Cool. That's my tournament, guys.
That's on October 23rd.
Holy shit. Okay, cool. October 23rd. Is that right? I guess it is.
Copa Portal Latam. That's in Brazil. It's offline. That's on October.
Oh, fuck. I gotta like. Oh shit. The Start.gg is not like properly updated. Hold on. I didn't know people were doing that. I gotta update that like right now. I'm so sorry. Did anyone register? Please tell me no one registered yet. Because it's not supposed to be doubles. It's supposed to be singles this week. Events. Okay, no one's registered yet. Yeah, hopefully people had not seen it yet. Because it's not supposed to be doubles yet. It's supposed to be singles. I'm sorry, I got jump scared. What? Where did I put the rule set and stuff? Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. Oh, I gotta fix this. Yes. View from the Top is my tournament. I run it. It happens in I run it with someone else. Me and someone else run it. The idea is that it's a hybrid multiverses bracket where you can join either in person or online. If you join online, it's $5. You'll need $5. You legit just have to cash at me $5 to enter, and then the winner gets like a portion of the prize pot, and then second place gets the other portion of the prize pot. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh my God. How do I tell Start.gg it's not singles, or it's not doubles, it's singles. I think I just have to delete this event and then remake it. Yeah, because it's not 2v2. Delete event. Delete. But yeah, if you guys are in the area, or if you guys are in North Carolina or the surrounding states, so North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, yeah, any of those, you can enter. All you have to do is go ahead and pre-register. I'm literally making the event right now. I will put it in chat if anyone here is available. Versus this week we're doing singles. The next one we will be doing the next one we're going to be doing, it'll be doubles. Event cost $5. But yes, all you have to do is you'll end up cash apping me $5, and then you'll be entered. And then if you win, you get like a portion of, you know, what everyone spent to get in. And that's, you know, we're doing it standard like prize pool. If you guys have ever went to a Smash tournament or anything like that. All right. I'm pretty sure this is set up. I'll go ahead and put it in chat. I'm a Texas girl. Does that work? I wish I could say yes, but we're trying to cultivate like a local community. I'm definitely curious. I'm definitely interested in making a a RPS style tournament though. As soon as I get enough like members or Twitch subs that I can like actively start doing events like that regularly and putting up my own prize pot and allowing it to be free to enter, then we're gonna be doing like RPS monthlies where anyone who's a subscriber or member or anything like that gets free entry, and then they can like obviously join and whatnot. Okay, but yes, I put it in chat. Yes, I put the link in chat. If you guys are interested and you guys are in North Carolina or the surrounding states, feel free to go ahead and register. Whenever you register, you're just going to do pay at venue. And then in order for me to like count you as there, I just need the cash app, $5. And then you'll be counted as entered. Okay. Sorry about that. I genuinely got jump scared. RPS Monthly, the place where you get your ass beat. That's true.
You got Blink Respawn, which is one of the big fighting game majors that will be happening on November 8th to the 10th. That's in the
They've literally never acknowledged my existence whatsoever, ever. So this was a jump scare for me.
Dominican Republic. That's just
I'm
an incredible
loving the
event to go to,
international presence, by the way.
Yeah. There's a good shot that I myself just might try to go because it's a fun time. I love going to the events over there. Shout out to First Attack as well, who just had one this past week. And then there's the Plat Fight Gaming Championships, which will be happening. That's an offline event. That's in Kissimmee, Florida, from December 13th through the 16th. Again, thank you all the TOs and everybody who've been putting all those events together. And if you run your own events, you have offline, online, or anything such like that, please keep us up to date. We'd love to talk to you and see what you have going on.
Also, of course, support your events, support your offline events and online events.
Hey, we're hybrid. We're both. So if you're in the area, go ahead, support us.
These events will grow and thrive with everyone's participation. So, show them some love when you have the time. And of course, we'd love to see y'all playing these events too. We lurk during tournaments or sometimes make our presence known. So love watching competitive events.
I won't lie. It feels like there's a radar window would randomly pop up in the streams. It's always very funny, whether it be in the middle of the day or 2:00 in the morning. So it's like, oh, you're here? Like, yes, we love watching. We love seeing what you're up to. And we love hanging out, just getting to meet everybody as well.
Are you guys in chat right now? Are you guys in chat right now? Say something if you guys are in chat right now. I don't think they really lurk, guys. I think they're fakers. I think they're liars. I think they want me to feel like I'm being watched right now. I'm definitely not paranoid.
Again, appreciate all of you who put in all the work online with the streams as well. We're hoping that all of these new modes that are joining in will give you a little bit more fun, unique things to do too. Which, of course, it's not going to stop here. We have some more very fun, unique stuff coming in with the next season as well. We're looking forward to talking about. But it's that time now where we take a couple questions from everybody. I believe we have a couple prepped already. So, Nakat, if you want to go ahead and find the first one there.
Hold on. I gotta pull that up. Might want to take one real quick. This was acting a little funny.
Let's see here.
The day Ajax or Nakat is in my Twitch chat is the day that I finally feel like I've been recognized by multiverses. But until then, I believe I'm pretty invisible to them. Or any dev really. The closest thing I had is that there was a Garnet player I had fought, and someone told me that they were on the dev team, but I think they were just like a playtester. I mean, it was still fun.
Won't lie, I asked you to find it because I
don't blame you.
All right, here we go. So we got one from Nicholas. Is there options for more customizable private lobbies, different character and 3 stocks?
Thank you,
like
Saints.
that.
You're one of my
So,
favorite
we did allude
viewers.
to it a little bit earlier, but coming in the near future, we will have custom game mutators that will be joining in the custom game lobbies, so you'll be able to do stuff like making characters bigger or make.
Hey, low key, my editing's better than the production on this. Honestly, player first. If you want to hire me, I could help out. I could put this out in like literally a week. Just saying.
Faster or having the what you call it, the rocket fist and everything around. You also have those new maps that we just added in, which are all a bunch of unique, crazy maps. So,
dude,
yeah.
Especially if I could quit my job and just work on YouTube full time. Oh my god.
We will be adding more unique things to custom game lobbies to try and make that more fun. Also, you are able to, if you didn't know already, you are capable right now of doing like 1v1v1. That is a feature that's already in there. So when you go to free for all, you don't need all 4 people to be in there. You can actually start it up beforehand. So yes, we're looking to continue to improve and provide more fun things for custom games.
Yep, I got this next one. Mr. Claude, will events ever rerun like the sports one or the cyber one from season 2, or have a similar themed event run which includes items from older events? So first and foremost, we want to say we love the fact that you guys love the events in general. Like that makes us really happy. However, we can't outright confirm that events will reappear again from the past, or items from those events will reappear from the past. But we see the interest, and we'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll probably have like, if I had to take a guess, an idea that could be interesting is like maybe like once a year they could have like a flashback event where they bring out like they give you like flashback currency or something like that, and basically you can use it on any of the skins that you could buy with currency beforehand, right? I mean, that'd be cool. Just being able to like have like a once a year sale where you bring back all the old skins as like a event. That'd be neat.
Yes, like, again,
like an anniversary event. You get the idea.
Never know well what might happen in the future, but we do see all of the feedback that you've all been giving to a lot of these events. We're also personal fans of some of these as well, so you never know, you might see some of them come back again in the future. Please let us know as well, because your feedback is always super important on that. So who knows, maybe when it comes around next year, might see it again.
Hey, there you go. You see exactly what I'm saying.
We got a question from Stress Inducer. Projectiles that are dodged lose their hitbox and are unable to hit again, but still remain visible. Is this an intended mechanic, or is this a bug that will be fixed in the future? So it's a 2-parter. This is an intended mechanic. So when you first dodge it, you are not going to get hit by a trailing hitbox, such as the Bugs Bunny rocket, for example. You dodge through, and then you're right on top of it, and you get hit again. But
yeah, I was about to say that super happens.
As you've seen recently with Marvin's rehit and on the tunnel, we're making sure that there's a time frame of which they will rehit again. So having it permanently not be able to get hit again is not intended and something we are working continuously to address. We have already addressed that with a few of them, and we're going to continue to address that. So that way, there is a time frame of which you dodge the move, and then the projectile will not hit you. But if you get knocked into it again after that time frame is over, you will get hit by it. So yes, it is intended mechanic, but not the time frame of which it is lasting is a little too long.
Question from Juju: why doesn't Buttercup blink in the idle animation? And the answer to that is
What a question to
well,
pick
We'll
out.
check that
that's
out.
how. Yeah,
We'll check
yeah.
that
Well,
out.
we will look into that. Please send clips, by the way, if you have that as well. Like
Yeah,
any bugs, always
Hmm.
feel free to send clips to us.
Yeah, that's wasn't aware she wasn't
What a
blinking.
what an
Usually I always
interesting
just hope
question to pick
running
out of the
running
Q and
straight in
A.
with PPG, so I never see the idle animation anymore. Thank you,
Absolutely, that character is very
thank you
cool.
for bringing that one up.
Appreciate it.
T1 carry. Will there be anything to fix the spectators bug? Season 3, we actually put out a fix for the spectators bug. So if you are still seeing any disconnects or freezes or anything like that from spectators, please let us know. Send in any clips you have for that. But we did recently put out a fix not too long ago, and we've been keeping track of tournaments, and so far we haven't really been seeing that bug occur. So if you are personally still seeing that bug, please let us know about that, and we will make sure we hop on that, try to get that addressed as quickly as we can.
Yep. And from Jacob, can we get the silly
Yeah.
key back from the beta? Well,
Well,
I mean, Ajax, I feel like technically we brought back pretty much silly Q and more this
Yeah,
time
you
around.
Yeah.
you have the spirits of
It's a little,
Assassin
yeah.
Wacky
The Q and A is
Silly
very
Q
dry.
and
I
the
kind of
Wacky
wish that
Weekends,
they
and then of
had
course,
picked
like we
these
mentioned before,
out
casual Q
ahead
for
of
anyone who
time.
missed that. The very beginning is going to be 2 players.
It
for the
feels like they're
top,
just going
but
down
there
a
will be
list
additional
of
modes that
like
get added to
random
that too.
questions.
So yes, we have it is technically got to come back, but in the form of Wacky Weekends now. And if this one, we kind of alluded to a little bit earlier. Can we expect shielding / blocking to be added into the game at some point? The projectile meta still remains a little strong, and having more defensive options would be great. Like we said earlier, with the testing grounds, the cat, like you were mentioning before, we are going to be looking to see what shields could look like in this game, and we are looking directly for your feedback so we could try and see how they.
Shields have been something that they've been thinking about for a while too. I don't want people to hear this and be like, oh well, people Void said that they need shields, so they're adding shields now. No, the shields has been something. I don't know who all was in the Discord stage whenever they were doing those. Basically, one of the first Q&As that they had, that was like a text-based Q&A, which was really weird, where they weren't actually in call, they were just doing it through text. One of the questions they pulled was like talking about adding shields and how it would affect how it would affect characters like Steven, where that's their like mechanic. Have they considered adding shields on every character? And they had said like, yeah, whenever we were thinking about the full release, shields was like an idea that we tossed around a lot, but we'll have to see like where it goes in the future. So it's just skip it. They're basically just
Do we
recapping.
want them
Okay.
universal? Do we want it as a perk? All these type of things are going to come directly from your feedback, so we can continue and improve on that.
Trying to
it's not
see
just
like
projectiles, of course, we want to go ahead and help out with those characters. Really easy to get in on and kind of hard to react to sometimes.
Imagine blocking a Shaggy kick and just punishing him for it.
that'd be so
As
clutch.
an example, right? So we want to make sure that there are other ways to reward players for great defensive choices that reward them with being able to get out of a sticky situation or to damage their opponent. But again, this is for y'all to test.
It must have been talked about during the beta. Yeah, I think it probably was, but I think there was a lot of pushback because the movement was so crazy in the beta that shielding like not only would feel weak, but also pointless because the movement was so good that you could just answer a lot of situations with the movement. But at the same time, it did make. I mean, I have a lot of complaints about beta multiverses. I know that there's been a bit of a resurgence in people like playing it again and like hosting tournaments for like beta multiverses again. But I don't know. I think a lot of people are probably getting the impression that that was not it. That was not it.
Is an experimental feature, and of course, there will be things to improve upon and things to look at and work and tweak. So thank you again for participating in the testing grounds, and we hope you're very excited for it in general.
Yes. From Wildcard, they asked, will event currency turn into prestige after the event is over? We actually did that with the last scene is to do will of course convert over alter.
What about custom loadouts for each character? Give them their own assigned background and ring out. Is this alluding to custom loadouts for characters in local,
It's
or
not. Well, okay. So I'll answer.
Okay, so basically what they're saying is they want the ability to be able to like pick a banner per character and pick a ring out per character, which would be nice.
They're both just in case. It's so for local, if you're talking about like like controller profiles and stuff, you actually can already do that. You could put in your name.
yeah,
That's
that's
been
fair.
yeah, that's been available since launch. You've been able to you can put in your own unique name and do controls. And as for if I assume we're talking about like favorites or like a special loadout that you want to keep for like one thing. We have heard that one a little bit, and it's something we're looking into potentially in the future. A time frame I don't necessarily have at the moment, but we have heard that one quite a bit. I know a lot of people want to be able to quickly access different skins sometimes based on the holidays. It's like, hey, I just want to be able to quickly scan through all of like I don't know the winter skins we have coming up pretty soon. You have all the holidays. You want to be able to do a lot of cool things. I think it's something that we could look into in the future, but the no.
I think he doesn't really understand. I don't think he understands the question. I think the question was asking like, will there be a time where we can have like where we can pick our character and then pick the banner and the ring out for said character. For example, if I were playing Jason and I wanted the Jason banner and the Jason ring out, right? If I were to swap to another character, I would still have the Jason banner and the Jason ring out on. I'd have to go back and manually change it every time I change characters. And I like I said, I think they just missed like the intention behind the question. And I think that's just a feature that people would really like, you know. They especially if like there's a lot of themed banners, right? Like if I'm playing Tom and Jerry, I might want to rock a Tom and Jerry banner. If I'm playing Steven Universe or any of the Steven Universe characters, I might want to rock a Steven Universe banner. It just kind of looks like a little weird when I'm rocking like, you know, one of the Diamond's starships on fucking well, I was gonna say Rick, but I guess that wouldn't be that out of character. But on like Jason or something, right? Or like Arya. So yeah, I do hope that they have like they kind of make it so that each character gets their own ring out and banner they can choose from.
No guaranteed time frame at the moment, but we have heard that feedback quite a bit.
Grave Rage GM. If you're adding shield, please remember that grab or some kind of counter is required for it to work. So yeah, essentially, that's something that well, I don't want to say, yeah, we're gonna just throw in grab or just any mechanic, right? Because that is a big undertaking. But we're very aware of what it takes to add proper counterplay to shield. So we'll definitely be experimenting around with that as well. I mean, Ajax, I'm sure you have also want to say time with the mechanic too. So
Yeah,
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 we will
exactly.
definitely be paying attention to proper counterplay because the last thing we want to do is just let shield be super strong. And so with whatever version you will be using in the testing ground, just remember that is not the finalized version, and that
From what I can see so far, the answer to shield is not going to be that they're going to add grab. It'll be classified as armor, so you can armor break it. I don't know if that's going to be good enough, but I think we'll have to wait and see.
we still have more to come.
And also, Wonder Woman's still going to be really annoying because you're going to try to shield Wonder Woman and she's just going to run in and nair you. And I feel like this is an issue that Jason, fucking Superman, and even Wonder Woman and Steven to an extent have kind of struggled with. They're like, man, it's kind of annoying that Wonder Woman's like one of her best buttons. She can just run in and armor break and start combos, and it's disjointed. It's kind of obnoxious, but most characters are like, oh, it's just a lower range combo starting move. Is that really so much of a problem? It is when it shuts down a lot of what makes my character be able to deal with Wonder Woman otherwise. So I have a feeling that if shields are added and they don't have like a proper like stronger counterplay option, or they just let Wonder Woman run over shields because why not, then Wonder Woman's gonna be quite strong.
with
Yes.
experimenting with that as a mechanic.
Yes, and that is the final question we had available for the time from we for now. So again, thank you.
Yes, but then why have another armor mechanic? Just make more use of the existing armor stuff. I think it's more difficult than you would think to implement more armor stuff. I think having a baseline thing that everyone can use is a good starting point. And then the people who have extra armor moves just have that little extra bonus of being able to swing and being able to attack and be armored at the same time. I still think that's a very good benefit to have.
Thank you everybody for dropping your
Thank you.
questions in.
Okay.
It's a very exciting time. We're very happy that with season 3 overall, at the very beginning of the season, we were able to address and focus on improving aggression, trying to bring more characters up and level out the playing field. And with season 3.5, big focus on that too. We want to make sure that we're focusing on some of the pain points people have brought up with combat, but also we wanted to give you different ways to be able to play the game. Just have some fun, mess around with friends, go play casually for a bit, just enjoy your time. And it's only going to get better from here because this is not the only thing we got. We got some really exciting things coming up in the near future too. So if you're enjoying what we have for 3.5, just wait for what we have coming in the near future.
I cannot wait for season 4, and you said it best. It's only up from here. So thank you all, of course, for not only playing multiverses, but of course just supporting us.
I have
and I want to give a special thanks to the
very high hopes for
entire
season 4.
studio. Player
Yes.
First Games. Thank you so much. Everything you've seen today and everything you see in all of these Into the Verses and any content combat changes, it takes an entire unit to come together and make these things happen. So I want the team to, of course, feel the love from the community and give themselves a pat on the back as well, because this is, of course, pretty much just everybody's work coming together to create something very special.
Yes, you see and hear from us a lot, but the real heroes are the ones who are behind the curtain. Thank you everybody in the studio who does what they do. We appreciate all of you. It's an all-star team, and we every time you all send compliments about that, we send that over to them, and it makes their day. So again, thank you so much, everybody who did that. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us here at season 3.5 for the upcoming music. Normally I'd say we're the ones with the closing words, but I think we have a different special guest who would like to say a few closing words. So,
Okay.
thank you everybody for joining us, and take care. Enjoy 3.5.
Take it easy.
All right, let's see this new special guest.
I'm not sure what the gods have planned with all this, but we'll figure it out in time.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. All right. I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure the people who want this character in. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. There we go. I'm sure the people who know who that's referencing is very excited for their inclusion. Yeah, I wonder who that could be. It's interesting. It's interesting it was on the Adventure Time stage, is all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I think we got a lot to look forward to. I think I'm very excited for season 4. Let's talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about all of. Man, my green screen's going crazy. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this first. Like, it is over the top right now. My movie magic is being ruined. Select color. There we go. That did basically nothing. Alright, it's fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. Alright. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about everything that has been mentioned so far. We'll go ahead. We'll start out with Nubia. Nubia, I think, will be strong addition to the roster. I don't think a lot of people asked for her, but I think she'll be really fun. I think that she'll be quite good. And I think that if they play her cards right, she can be very well balanced. I'm sure a lot of people noticed it looked like the game was faster. It looked like characters were moving faster, just in general. Nubia wasn't even dodging around, and she was just like moving. So I'm not too sure what to expect from that. So I think that it'll be really interesting to see if there are some like wider range speed buffs and nerfs. They didn't mention anything about it, so maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. But at least from what I could tell, the game looked faster, and I would not think a character that is designed like Nubia would inherently also be a fast character either. So either Nubia herself is just insanely fast for some reason, or what? Let's see. But yeah, it's definitely possible for her to be balanced. It's not impossible for Nubia to be not broken, right? I think that she is going to have a lot of commitment on her stuff, especially after the dodge changes. People are going to be able to dodge through her stuff and like punish her pretty effectively, I think. But I mean, we really won't know until we get our hands on the character, right? I think she's going to be tons of fun. I think she has a lot of moves that very naturally set up into like the next move, right? And I think she has a very simplistic base kit that is going to be easy to pick up and people to just have fun with the character. I think it's going to be very similar to Banana Guard in the sense that a lot of people weren't really expecting the character and a lot of people weren't really like super hyped for the character initially, but I think once people get their hands on her, she's going to be one of those characters that's just super fun to play. And I think she's going to make a good addition to the roster, even if like she's not the super crazy IP Walter White that everyone wanted. Oh yeah, she's not going to be out tomorrow. That's very annoying. That's super annoying. I really hope they do away with that. I'm glad that they're at least telling us ahead of time and not just dropping it the day of and saying like, oh, actually the character's not out yet. You have to pay to have access to them. Oh, the teaser at first I thought it was the Addams Family. It is not the Addams Family. I can tell you that much. Will I buy her or wait 3 days? I'm waiting 3 days. I am waiting 3 days. But Jazz has fighter tickets from him buying the Founders Pack a long time ago. And if you guys did buy the Founders Pack a long time ago, you will also have fighter tickets, and then you will be able to purchase her with said fighter tickets that you got from buying that pass a long time ago. So Jazz will be playing her, so you guys will be seeing some Nubia gameplay most likely. But yeah. Nubia, all things considered, I think she'll be a good addition to the roster. But I'm very cautious about some of her mechanics, right? I think that there's a very good chance that they could be very broken very quickly. But moving on to some of the other additions, obviously the events were very cool. The skins, some of the skins, like I really like the skins for the Day of the Dead event, as well as all of the crossover skins. The crossover skins were top notch. I mean, I doubt you're going to be able to get those for free with currency, that you're 100% going to have to buy those. But it is still very cool to see. They're very high quality skins, and I probably will be buying the Finn Jason one at the very least. Day of the Dead ones are very good. The Purple Galaxy ones, they're whatever, but you know, they do hit a specific niche for people. People like the Purple Galaxy wooshy, all that stuff, and I'm sure people will think it looks very good. I'm sitting on 2.6k Gleamium, and I really want to play her, so I'm considering it. Hey, I mean, if you want to, I wouldn't say I highly recommend it, but you know, do what you will with your Gleamium. But yes. Anyways, moving on, silly mode and like wacky weekends. That's gonna be a very, very good addition. I think. I think that Multiverses has a very inherent casual appeal, but they don't have the casual game modes to make them stick around. I don't think they have the for fun we're getting in. The closest thing is free for all, and even then, I don't think free for all is that great for casuals. Aside from like wacky maps, and you don't really have to try super hard, right? But I think with the wacky weekends, it will be we'll end up seeing a very good surge of casual players get on and try it out. And I think that'll be fun. But moving on, let's see. What else did they say? Adding new stages. That is probably the thing that has me the most worried out of all the things that they've mentioned so far. The fact that they're adding like 12 new stages to the PvP rotation, but they did not mention any way to pick what stages you want to play on. They didn't mention what the rank rotation is going to look like. Like, there's a lot of stuff to worry about there because I don't think those stages are as thought out as all the other stages, especially the ones from the PvE. I think they can be good for the wacky weekends. I think they can be good for free-for-all. But whenever it gets to a competitive environment, I think that there's some very big flaws that come with the stages inherently. And I don't know if they put in enough consideration with that. But we'll see. A boyfriend is home, so peace out, y'all. Fun stream. For sure, for sure. And thanks for stopping by, Navi. We appreciate you. There's also the casual bot PvP thing. Yeah, that's true. That could also be what the stages are used for as well. I think that'll be really good, not only just for like speedrunning your missions, but also for not only for speedrunning your missions, but also for getting people into the game that are might be a little bit hesitant to jump in. Because right now, like, you can't really turn off your MMR, right? So if you've been playing the game a lot and you know someone who you want to help get into the game who's never played before, you kind of need like an environment where they can safely start that gives them like an idea of how combos and like moves work, right? If you take them into PvP, you know, the moves aren't going to work the same way they would in PvP, so it's a very different environment. So having like a versus AI mode, I think will be pretty good for helping people get into the game. Moving on, what was the next thing? What was the next thing? Oh yeah, turning off MMR would be good. I think there's definitely a queue for I could get down with a queue for turning off MMR. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. I'm very tired. I got to get ready for my night shift job here in a little bit, so that's going to be fun. Let me pull the video back up. Just so I know I'm going in order. You got to get on the Rivals train? I want to. I definitely plan on it. We're definitely going to be playing it tomorrow as well, Narpy, since you already agreed to it. My Crag is the GOAT. Dude, I was going to play Crag. Locked it on someone else I'm considering too.
A lot of rebase.
I'm in a tournament. I'm in a tournament today for Rivals. Make sure you download it since it's free. Yes, same to everyone. Everyone download Rivals. It's free. Hold on. What else was I missing? Oh, the dodge changes seem very good. I think being able to punish people for dodges a little bit easier is going to be very nice to have. I'm just skimming through the video now. Hitbox changes, obviously everyone's like, oh my god, thank god the hitbox changes were like I won't get hit by like Agent Smith gun from behind him anymore. That's a pretty big one. Let's see. Certain characters being able to fast fall or not being able to fast fall, their specials should make it a little easier to whip punish. You know, they gave Wonder Woman as the example. And I think the biggest thing that makes me very excited is the addition of the tester mode, because I think that this is a very, very good addition to the game because it allows them to try out ideas, test it out, and have like genuine feedback before they add it to the game, and it has like noticeable consequences and things like ranked. and like MMRs and stuff like that. So being able to create an environment where players can give their honest, constructive feedback without them feeling like, oh my God, they're ruining my game I think that's very, very good. I think that the addition of shields is something I'm excited to try out and see how it changes the inherent gameplay. Everyone's Crag is the GOAT. That's also true. But also they mentioned the addition of short hops is the next thing on their radar, so I'm curious about that. Overall, I'm very excited for what this means for the game going forward. I think I'm a little underwhelmed about the exact changes that are coming to the game like tomorrow, right? Like I was kind of hoping we'd see some more impactful combat changes introduced into the game itself. But I think the fact that they're introducing an environment to where they can test combat changes before implementing them is that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I was just kind of hoping that we'd see more combat changes actively implemented into the game. But regardless, it's fine. I'm curious to see the patch notes. I think that will be a big deal. I think that will be a big deal. Give me a TLDR for the stream. That's what I'm doing right now. But TLDR, I'll summarize it all in like a couple words. Nubia looks good. Looks very good. Looks fun. Looks good. Might invalidate a few characters. Kind of cautiously optimistic about her. Could be a little over the top, but you know how it is about new characters in general. They added a bunch of stages. Probably too many stages. I think they're going for a quantity over quality approach, which I do not like for the stages. Events look good. Skins look good. They added silly mode, which is very good. Basically on weekends, they're doing silly mode. And they're adding they've already showcased a ton of different key game modes that could happen in silly mode. So I'm very excited for that. They showcased a few hitbox changes and have emphasized that they are indeed working on the hitboxes. They're adding an entirely new mode where you can test out new mechanics that they're curious about adding, so that the community can give their feedback on things and they can make changes as necessary without actively implementing it into the game and potentially quote unquote ruining the game, right? With the addition of shields and short hops and stuff like that. So they're being very cautious about it, and I think they're teasing. I think they're teasing being a little bit more clear with their communication, allowing more community feedback to impact their stuff. They added new taunts, new Gizmo taunt that allows him to play the keyboard. Very funny. Shaggy can now rip off his shirt with all of his skins, not just certain ones. And lastly, Marceline got teased at the very end. Marceline got pretty heavily teased at the very end, and I believe that they were hinting at her being for season 4. So that'll be really good. I think a lot of people are very excited to have Marceline in the game. I think a lot of people are excited to have Marceline in the game, and I think Marceline, a lot of people will say there's a character that will save the game. It's Walter White, it's Marceline, it's this, it's that, blah blah blah. While I don't think the game necessarily needs saving, I do think that Marceline will cause a very large influx of players to jump onto the game. I think we're gonna see a ton of day one Marceline mains. Oh, a bunch. I think Marceline will be pretty cool. I think she'll probably have her form change. Having someone fight with essentially a battle axe is always going to be a cool play style in my eyes as well. All right, I'm hearing you out, Jabberson. Season 10 will have Ben 10. That would be really interesting. I could fuck with that. If we're talking about characters that have been teased, there's been a lot of characters that have been teased so far. They've been teasing Wicked Witch of the West with their comics forever. They've been teasing Raven over and over and over again. She's in like all the promotional materials all the time, basically. Well, not her, but like her sigils and like in the background of Teen Titan stage. Like the fact that they even added a Teen Titan stage is a pretty good like signifier that she has a lot of potential. If I had to take a guess as to what the season 4 characters would be, it'd probably be Marceline and Raven, which I think would be huge. I think people would really pop off. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be season 4, and I think people are going to really pop off over that. I think it's going to be Raven and Marceline, and I think that's going to be season 4. And hopefully we'll get a lot of good gameplay changes going into season 4 as well, just because they have a new environment to actually test things and get feedback on. Yeah. Remember when Gandalf was part of the roster? Yeah, I remember. I remember seeing the old beta data mines, and he was in the roster, and then they took it out. I'm pretty sure, like, a tower from where there was like a tower from Lord of the Rings that was in like the background on one of the stages, but it got patched out at one point. I don't know what happened there. There's a lot of stuff from the old data mines. I don't know what I can and can't say in regards to characters that were leaked as far as productions goes from the old beta. But I'm gonna stay on the safe side and say, I mean, that's basically the extent of what I'm gonna say. Freddy Krueger's also maybe been teased. Remember the McDonald's collab? Yeah, I remember the McDonald's collab and the hockey collab. They had a lot of weird stuff. You can definitely tell that Warner Brothers was not planning on just multiverses going down like randomly, right? And just basically going down to fix everything. They were really planning on the game going through and running throughout the entirety, and that's probably why they signed a lot of the deals that they did with the hockey and the McDonald's collab, right? So yeah. There's been a lot of stuff that's been teased. Oh, Aquaman was also teased. Dexter's being teased constantly. Who else? They have Green Lantern's lantern in the background on the Teen Titans stage. There's probably a few more. Raindog getting a new skin every 5 minutes. Yeah, he does. They do love giving him new skins. They do love giving him new skins. I wonder how many it is now. Oh yeah, Scooby Doo. Of course, people still want Scooby Doo. He's like he's got a lot of representation in the game. There's like a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of characters that could make the roster. But if I had to take a guess, season 4 is going to be Marceline and Raven, and we'll go from there. All right. I was going to go ahead and start the rivals, but it is pretty late. It is about 20 minutes to whenever I would go ahead and stop the stream, and I still got to go to work here in a little bit to go ahead and start my night shift. So I'm going to go ahead, get a little rest, make a little dinner before I got to go off to work. So I'm going to go ahead and end stream early. I want to thank everyone so much for tuning into the stream. I'm going to go ahead and talk to my editor. We're going to have a video hopefully uploaded sometime in the short future. That's going to be the best parts of this stream combined with tomorrow's stream, where tomorrow I'm going to go over a lot of the patch notes and multiverses. I'm probably going to start stream a little bit earlier than I normally would so that I can go over the patch notes, play a little bit of multiverses ranked, and then play some rivals with Narpi. Maybe Jazz will be in on it too. We'll see. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Until tomorrow, everyone take care. Peace out, everyone.